Well, good afternoon and welcome to Gateshead Stadium. This is the Heat Army podcast, and we are bringing you live match commentary today on YouTube and on the National League TV streaming service. So we hope that you are all relaxed, ready for this one. Tell your friends about it, share the links, and say if you're listening, you can watch for $9.99 on the National League TV streaming service, and you won't miss a kick here with us. My name is David Gaddis. It's an absolute pleasure to be bringing you the commentary here today. I'm joined by Mark Carruthers. Mark, an exciting day for Gateshead here.
It's a very exciting day, yeah, and you look around the place and it's buzzing. The minute I got here, I've been here about 2.5 hours already, but the minute you got here, there was still people wandering around, and you can see that for Gateshead fans, obviously it's just a huge day for the club. Pains to talk about finance, but the income it'll bring will be invaluable. We know Gateshead are up against it in a league that is full of cash-rich clubs, so this will help them no end. For Newcastle, it's a great start point for their pre-season. Unbelievable season last year, surpassed all expectations. And you look at the names I know we'll go through them in a minute, but you look at the names on the Newcastle side, and some big names have come over the opposite side of the Tyne to take on Gateshead. So a good test for both clubs, a good start point for Newcastle, and a good test of where Gateshead are at right now.
It certainly is, and we'd like to thank everyone that has tuned in so far. And please do subscribe. We are trying to reach more people, and hopefully, if you are of a Newcastle persuasion, you might want to take a vested interest in Gateshead this season in their National League campaign, where Gateshead look to build on what they ended with at the back end of last season. Of course, they ended with an FA Trophy final at Wembley. Unfortunately, we came up short, a bit like Newcastle did in the League Cup final, but both sides of the Tyne Mark have had a real boost of late. Of course, Gateshead got back into the National League. Of course, the takeover Newcastle United Champions League football back on Tyneside. For two professional clubs across the river, different financial aspects, of course, but both doing very well at the moment.
Well, you look, David, like both clubs have had recent issues. We know that Gateshead came within 72 hours of going under. We know what happened with that because we were both there reporting on it and experiencing that in first hand. Newcastle, although the future was never at risk, I think there was just little hope, little expectation, little ambition from the previous owner and the previous, the people in charge of the club for his hierarchy. You look at it now, there's drive, there's ambition, there's investment. It's an exciting time for clubs on both sides. Gateshead have got a lot to look forward to this season. I think there's a good squad here that's been built on the foundations of what was put in place 2 years ago. Newcastle are very much approaching the next stage of their development under the new ownership, if we can still call them new ownership. Not in a million years that I think would see people like Kieran Trippier or Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes playing for Newcastle United and making those big signings. It just felt like there was an absence of anything like that and any excitement not so long ago. But now, as you say, the club going back in the Champions League, really challenging at the right end of the Premier League and looking like they can contend for major honours. It's just an exciting time, as you say, on both sides of the time.
Yeah, and we have got the teams. We're going to go through them very shortly. There is going to be a special guest on the pitch here. We've just been given some information about it. Cyrus Pattinson. He's the WA international welterweight champion, and he's going to be going on the pitch to show off his title, of course. And he has his next show and where he's fighting soon, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But Mark, do you want to go through the Newcastle lineup there?
I will, yeah. I'll be honest, we're not going to be able to know what the formation is or who's playing where just yet because there's a lot of fullbacks in the side, I'll be honest. But in goal, number 26, we call Darlow. Captain is Kieran Trippier, wearing number 2. Number 10, Alan Sam Maximum, who we think will be playing as a striker. Number 11, Matt Ritchie. Number 12, Jamal Lewis. Number 13, Matt Target. Number 19 is Javier Manquillo. 32, Elliot Anderson. 33, Dan Byrne. 36, Sean Longstaff. And 38 is Remy Savage. On the bench for Newcastle, number 18, Loris Karius. 29, Mark Gillespie. 30, Harrison Ashby. Number 40 is Joe White. For 52, Jay Turner-Cook. 53, Jordan Hackett. 54, Alex Murphy. 55 is Michael Ndwani. 63 is Ben Parkinson. 42, Charlie Wiggett. And 67 is Lewis Miley, of course, who there is a lot of excitement about at the moment.
Well, it's a fantastic squad that Newcastle United has sent over. And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast that this is a huge financial payday for Gateshead. This will go a long way into helping the funds throughout a long, hard travelling season. Gateshead have to clock up over 5,000 miles in the National League, the most of any team in this league throughout the season. So every little helps, and we appreciate everyone that has bought a ticket and also to the stream as well on the National League TV streaming service. So we do thank you. If you are watching on YouTube or listening to the commentary, you can message us. We have got some messages here. Sean Parry's but good afternoon. We've got another one there. Glad to have you commentating on the stream. Well, it's very nice to be here. You can send your messages. Let us know where you're listening from around the world on the chat facility on YouTube, and also subscribe, as we mentioned before. I'll go through the Gateshead side now. Gateshead, I think, have given us a few clues to how they will line up throughout the season here. This is a very strong starting lineup. In goal for Gateshead, wearing number 1 is Archie Mayer, who is on loan from Norwich for the full campaign. Number 2 is Robbie Tinkler. Louis Story wears number 6, of course, a former Newcastle United player. Regan Booty wears 18. Jordan Hunter, 18. Stephen Wern is wearing number 19. Callum Whelan, who arrived in the summer, along with Ed Francis in midfield, wear 4 and 8 respectively. The captain, Greg Ollie, wears number 10. Adam Campbell, who will be familiar to some Newcastle United fans as well, wears number 11, and Marcus Denanga. And on the bench, the names still keep 21. Kenton Richardson, number 5. Tom Allen, number 7, of course, is featured in the first team for Newcastle in recent seasons. Aidan Rutledge wears number 12. Elliot Forbes, 14. Carl Magnier, 15. Connor Panner, 17. Ollie Thompson, 20. And Lyra Kasani, 23. And on the pitch at the moment with the Gateshead management team is Cyrus Pattinson with his belt there with the Ian Watson and Mike Williamson. So we wish Cyrus all the best in his future fights. But he's got a bit of gold around his waist already there, Mark.
Impressive kit, isn't it?
It certainly is. And don't know if that'll hold up his Levi's. But on that note, we hope you are looking forward to this. We would ask, if you are listening and you would like to contact us, we'll read out some messages at half time. You can tweet us at Heed_Army on Twitter. That's at Heed_Army. And we'll try and get some of those messages out at half time. Likewise, we'll read out the ones in a break and play on the chat facility on YouTube. But the music is playing. The teams are nearly ready to come out. And Mark, as I say, this is a fixture that a lot of Gateshead fans have wanted for a lot of years because they know it's a revenue maker. We keep going on about it, but this is very important to the club. And everyone that is on the stream that has paid for it, we are very, very appreciative to Newcastle United for allowing Gateshead to keep the proceeds of the gate and of the stream here. It really means a lot to us Gateshead fans. And as I say, tongue in cheek, it's the Battle of Tyneside. Who's going to come out on top? But look, let's hope we can give a good account of ourselves here today, Gateshead. And we hope that Newcastle United fans, wherever you might be in the world, you might like to come and see us play when Newcastle are playing on a Sunday, of course, with the Champions League. And maybe you just want to listen in when Gateshead are playing and cheer us on. But anything is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to subscribe and hit the bell, you'll get our commentary and our podcast service on a Thursday. Normally, it's on a Wednesday this week. We did have Adam Pearson, the Newcastle United YouTuber, on. And we'll say we had a great chat with him. So you could subscribe and have a look at our previous videos. And you can have a look at that podcast there. That'll be fantastic. So really do appreciate that. And while we're on, a big thank you to the club sponsors, Pure Raw Utilita, Dawson and Sanderson, Nuffield Health and the Team Valley Group, and of course Gateshead Central Taxis and JCS Hire. And a big thank you to Patrick as well, the club's kit manufacturers. They have dived in deep with the podcast. They've been absolutely fantastic with us, and I can see Josh from Patrick down there as well in his Patrick gear, and they've kitted us out, and it's absolutely fantastic. So there we are. That's all the housekeeping done. Mark, I'm not going to put you on the spot for a score prediction like I normally do in a league game, but I think, obviously, I know you're a big Newcastle fan. You want to see how the players are doing after the pre-season, after mid-season break, or summer break, should I say. And Gateshead, we're looking to give a good account of themselves today. We're not looking for a win, but if we can go out there and put a show on and show Tyneside what we're all about.
Look, I think from a professional point of view, for myself as a journalist covering Newcastle for Newcastle World and Gateshead for the Sunderland Echo, I'm more intrigued just to see where both sides are at ahead of the season more than looking at it as a supporter. I just think there's plenty of excitement ahead for both clubs. You think of where where Gateshead are at. Put a good performance in against Sunderland last week. Probably should have won the game, I think, if we're being honest. This is very much the first steps of pre-season for Newcastle. They've only been in a couple of weeks. This is their very first pre-season game ahead of the trip to Rangers on Tuesday. So, looking professionally, it's a good indicator where both clubs are at. Newcastle, it is a strong side. Obviously, there are players missing who have been on international duty during the summer. Joe Linton's who got that well-deserved call up the Brazil squad, and Bruno and Botman and Isaac and people like that. But it is still a strong side. It is still stronger than any side Gateshead will face this season in the National League. But Gateshead, we know what how they play. They play good possession football. For any Newcastle players that haven't seen Gateshead, they aren't necessarily a stereotypical non-league side. They will try and play football. So it's a good test for both sides.
And you mentioned about how we play. That's kind of how this friendly maybe came about, because there was a behind doors friendly played last season, and Newcastle United and Eddie Howe and his team were very impressed with how Gateshead conducted themselves and gave Newcastle United a game with the way we played. So hopefully we see a bit of that here today. We have got a few messages coming in. We've got pins around the world to put in the map. Buenos Aires here is Alan Richardson's listening in. Thank you very much. We've got Glenn listening in Spain. We've got a message here from Dean Seaver, of course, our friend over there in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's listening in. My two favourite teams. Fantastic to have you join us here this afternoon. And we've got someone listening in from Trinidad. And not Trinidad, Thailand. That's dyslexia for you. From Hao Hin in Thailand. Thanks for the commentary. Good luck to both teams. Away the lads. And we've got watching this National League TV stream lying in bed. And we wish you all the best, Paul Doolan, former Gateshead player as well. And as I say, we hope you are all relaxed and ready for this one. It's Gateshead versus Newcastle United pre-season. And it's, well, hopefully it's a belt. If you all just joined us and you're watching on the National League TV streaming service, you can message us at @heed_army, and we'll try and get those messages out at half time, or if we see them during the game. Also, as well, we'd love to hear from people listening on the YouTube stream, as people have already done. So keep that coming, and we'll just wait the teams to come out. Corporate is absolutely full here today. Gateshead have done an absolute blinding job. Mark, how was the food, Mark?
But I didn't get any.
He didn't get any.
I was too busy hosting. I was interviewing Bobby Monk, who's just coming up here.
Yeah, there we go. As well, say the names are. I am led to believe that Sam Fender is going to be in attendance here today, as well. So, one thing that we've never really mentioned is that last season we had a celebrity tweet us, and I want to see if we can get any more celebrities tweet us today. We had Ryan Reynolds last season, and I'm going to challenge Ant and Deck. Go on, tweet us at @heed_army. Ant and Deck, are you going to let Ryan Reynolds out, do you? Are you really going to do that? Challenge is put out there, lads. Right. So we do have the music playing. We are waiting for the players to come out, but Corporate is still coming forward to fill up the main stand here. And what an attendance, Mark. 7,000 sellout, the tickets allocated. And you hoped it was going to be that. The tickets sold out very fast. We know there's a lot of Gateshead fans that normally sit in, obviously, the Tyne and Weir stand, haven't been able to get tickets. People obviously agree, but they are very happy that the club are making the money, as we mentioned before.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably could have sold out this place about 5 times over. The demand from Newcastle fans to get a first look at this side for the new season. You'd love to think this will become an annual event at some point. The relationship between the two clubs is massively improved.
Well, I've already named the event. It's the Battle of Tyneside Trophy.
Well, the relationship between two clubs has massively improved in recent years, and as it should, because you look at it and you think you've got, former Newcastle player as player manager at Gateshead. You've got the likes of Rob Elliott in behind the scenes. You've got Tom Allen, Adam Campbell, players that have been through the system at Newcastle. It's a great occasion for Gateshead Football Club. It's something that's been a long time coming. It's something that, as I say, we hope will become more of an annual event in the future. But let's just hope that Gateshead put on a good show today, and Newcastle has shown them plenty of respect. It could have been easy for them to send an under-23 side. They haven't done that. There's first teamers, there's international players on that side. It's a strong Newcastle side, and it's going to be a great test.
Yeah. Well, we've got messages coming there. Up the mag says Chicken Oriental. Pavey's asked, why isn't the stadium full? This is the allocation that we are allowed to have today. with a safe certificate at the stadium. So the 7,000 and bit is the full attendance there. And well, as I say, we've got. Is that your missus there? Oh well, fantastic. And your missus is treating well. That's fantastic. Yeah, so that's why on the attendance, but people are still coming in. We've got Lindsay Garthwaite has put away the heat. So everyone keep sending their messages. We are getting close to kick off. I think it's delayed a little bit because we're still trying to get people in. We'll go through the teams again. Mark, do you want to go through the Newcastle United side?
I wasn't ready for that, but yep, I will. So yeah, we still don't really know the formation, but we'll get into that pretty quickly. But in goal, we definitely know is number 26, Carl Darlow. Captain will be Kieran Trippier when number 2. Number 10 is Alan Sam-Maximin. Number 11, Matt Ritchie. Number 12, Jamal Lewis. 13, Matt Target. Number 19, Javier Manquillo. 32, Elliot Anderson. 33, Dan Byrne. 36, Sean Longstaff. And 38, Remy Savage. On the bench for Newcastle, number 18, Loris Karius. 29, Mark Gillespie. 30, Harrison Ashby. 40, Joe White. 52, J. Tuna Cook. 53, Jordan Hackett. 54 is Alex Murphy. 55, Michael Ndawani. 63, Ben Parkinson. 42, Charlie Wiggett. And 67 is Lewis Miley.
And I'll go through the Gateshead lineup when the teams come out. We are just say corporate is trying to fill up. They're having to come in a different direction here today because corporate is 2 levels here at Gateshead National Stadium. The absolute sellout. So fantastic to see all the people supporting it and enjoying a lovely bit of food here as well. Meg has put listening in. Hope it's a great afternoon. We've got what's 1 second? What a great idea for the club, which all the funds go to Gateshead. It certainly is. And as I say, it's going to be a fantastic afternoon here at Gateshead International Stadium. The messages are still coming in. We've got, I'm a huge Gateshead and Newcastle fan. Listen to the podcast for my 5-year-old niece. Her first Newcastle Gateshead match. Listening, she's too excited. Well, fantastic. Let's hope it's a great game. We've got a message that's come in from the Adelaide branch of the Heat Army to give a shout out there. That's from Terry, Anya, and Anthony, and people sending in messages all over. So thank you very much.
We should probably mention as well a massive credit to Newcastle United for not taking any of the proceeds from the gate receipts or the stream revenue. A massive gesture that will make a monumental difference to Gateshead Football Club. I mentioned the financial difficulties or financial challenges that they face in the National League. A league that is full of wealthy clubs and former Football League clubs,
even a former Premier League club,
and a former Premier League club in Oldham Athletic now, of course. Yeah, so it's a big test, for Gateshead this season. But what they'll make from today will be massive for them going forward. Well,
there we go. We've got Fletcher's put. Would love Carris to come on and prove a point. Well, he's been given another contract here at Newcastle. Chicken Orientals put Toon. And people are still making their way in. It's a bit of a delayed kickoff here. So it's going to be getting underway very, very shortly. Just as we mentioned before, if you're all watching on the National League TV streaming service, thank you very much for joining us. It's a massive thing, as Mark just mentioned. All the proceeds from this are going to Gateshead, and it's a lovely gesture from Newcastle United to do that. And also, if you're watching and listening on YouTube to the audio, please do subscribe. We'd love you to join us on the Heat Army podcast this week. So if you subscribe, hit the bell. Also follow us on Twitter at Heat_Army on Twitter, and you'll get notifications of when our next podcast is live. We've had people like Jeff Winter on, former Premier League referee, and we've had a host of other big footballers as well join us. And we get joined as well by
Matt Raisbeck,
and Matthew Raisbeck has been on us as well. He's next to us, recording for the NUFC TV highlights. But we also get joined by a local author and all-round fantastic journalist, Mark Carruthers.
Get a bit sick of hearing Fat Boy Slim now.
Here we are. The referee leads the side out here, both sides out at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead in their new Patrick strips with the white body, black arms, and the black trim that represent, well, models from the Angel of the North. And we have Newcastle United in their emerald green shirts, white shorts, and green socks. But this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. Archie Mayer in goal wearing number 1, Robbie Tinkler number 2, Louis Story number 6, Regan Booty wears 18, Jordan Hunter wears number 16, Stephen Wern 19, Callum Whelan 4, Ed Francis wears number 8, the captain Greg Ollie wears number 10. Adam Campbell, 11. And Marcus Denanga wears number 9. On the bench is Rob Elliott, Kenton Richardson, Tom Allen, Aidan Rutledge, Elliot Forbes, Carl Magny, Connor Panny, Ollie Thompson, and Lyra Kasani as they go through their pre-match handshakes here. And there's a very excited little mascot out there, Mark, and a very proud dad next to me.
There is, yeah. William, my son, he's 9 on Thursday, so Gates had asked if he'd like to be a mascot. So he's with Stephen Wern at the moment. Excellent.
Fantastic stuff. And so look, we've got there listening from Lina. So I'm not sure exactly where that is, but so we're getting pins in the map all around. We are moments away from kickoff here. Gateshead International Stadium, Gateshead versus Newcastle United, pre-season friendly. And the rain has stopped because it was nigh on tropical rainstorm earlier on. We've got grey skies above us, but hopefully that rain will stay away. And it's looking absolutely fantastic here at Gateshead Stadium. As the proverbial carpet out there, Mark.
Do you know the pitch looks even better this season, doesn't it? And Gateshead use it to the full extent. They will get the ball down. They will try and play it. Newcastle in the new away kit as well, new green away kit, looking very smart as well. So I always love the start of pre-season, and when you get into it, and new signings, new kits, and pitches looking like this, it's one of the best times of the season for me.
Well, we are about to get underway. We're going to have the coin toss and find out which way we are shooting.
Fair few mascots, isn't there? Look at that.
There certainly is, and all decked out in the Wembley shirt as well, still available. If anyone would like to buy anything like that, we've got Martin DeFant, dual fan listening in from Michigan, the Upper Peninsula. There, he says we're going to get him on the podcast actually. So as I say, we've got fans all over the world, dual fans. Who would have thought it? So Korean Trippier and Greg Ollie are in the centre circle at the moment. We're just going to do the coin toss and find out which way we are shooting. But once again, I know we've said it a few times. Thank you to everyone that has attended here, if they're watching on the highlights, and also people that have paid for the National League TV streaming service. All goes to a great cause and helps Gateshead fund their way through the season. Of course, it's not cheap running a full-time football club, and Gateshead, well, they've had a decent summer in the transfer market, and they'll be hoping to progress up the National League. As will our visitors, they'll be hoping to make an impact in the Champions League. And it looks like Newcastle United are going to be kicking off here, and they're going to be shooting towards the Fellon end, Gateshead towards the River Tyne.
So it just immediately looks like Regan Butty will play as a left-sided fullback. I think Stephen Wern playing left-side midfield as almost as a wing-back. But once we get to grips with Newcastle formation, we'll go through that.
We are underway as Langstaff plays the ball forward. And now the crossfield ball looking for the run of Matt Ritchie, who brings it down. He's got space, takes a touch, goes for a shot, and past the post. I think there was a save there, was it? No, went straight past the post. And, he found space there, Matt Ritchie, didn't he? Just
a little bit too easy for Gateshead's liking there. It's very simple play from Newcastle, nothing complicated about it. Good first touch from Ritchie, sets himself and tries to go across the keeper, which, you are told to do, just narrowly off target. That's a real let-off for Gateshead already.
Well, Ken Richardson's listening in the toilet at a wedding reception in Doncaster, so that's the best place we've had listening, as Regan Booty plays the ball up the pitch, as it's going to be picked up now. Greg Ollie plays a crossfield ball looking for Jordan Hunter, who's in acres of space, brings the ball forward, crosses it in, and there's Dan Byrne to put it behind for a Gateshead corner.
Yeah, much better from Gateshead, much like the Ritchie chance.
A lot of space there.
A lot of space there. And Jordan Hunter, good first touch. We saw it last week. He loves getting forward, former South Shields man. He used to play at South Shields and Sunderland and Liverpool's academies. Does love getting ball forward from fullback. Just not quite the right ball in the area. Well, Ed Francis is the man that's going to take the Gateshead corner on the far side in front of the visiting Newcastle fans. Takes it short to Adam Campbell. Across to Greg Ollie, corner of the box. Crosses it in. It's been headed up in the air by Langstaff. Plucked out the air by Carl Darlow. And Gateshead will try and regroup as the ball comes forward now. Well, as you say, there's quite a few wing backs out there. It's trying to see where they're going to be playing. But now Jamal Lewis plays the ball forward. Now Newcastle nearly dispossessed by Campbell, but now St. Maximin can put it out to Mang Lincoln. Puts it across, and now can they get their first shot off Newcastle? No, but it wouldn't be the first shot on target, I was going to say. But cleared, and Dan Byrne will see that ball.
in.
So a quick check of Newcastle formation. Dan Burn, Remy Savage, centre back. Matt Target, left back. Having Manquillo playing right back. It looks like Kieran Trippier's in midfield alongside Sean Longstaff and Matt Ritchie.
All over the top for Sam Maximin, who nods it down to Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie tries to put it out here onto the side, but there's Regan Booty to see the ball out.
Yeah, just to finish that, Matt Ritchie midfield, Elliot Anderson trying to get forward to support Sam Maximin, Jamal Lewis on the left wing by the looks of it. So I think that's about it.
Well, let's see the ball. Newcastle throw now, quickly taken. Tried to play on the inside. Maximin's trying to get there. Gets pass back to Archie Mayer, who plays it across to Jordan Hunter, but was playing behind him, out for a throw on the far side. Well, ball's already in play. Newcastle trying to build. Langstaff goes to Trippier, back to Langstaff. Byrne. Ball on the far side, played forward now. There's Jamal Lewis. Plays the ball forward. Can the ball be crossed into the middle? The ball goes out of play for a goal kick.
Done very well there. It's Callum Whelan, isn't it? He's done brilliantly just to stand up there as Ali Hansen broke in the box and won the goal kick as well.
Yeah, it certainly has.
One thing we should say for Newcastle fans, just who maybe haven't seen Gateshead, they will try and play out from the back. They're not what some people will see as a stereotypical non-league team. They will try and play out of the full-backs, play at the defence and get it forward.
Well, Regan Booty receives the ball, clears it up the line and picked up by Denanga. Denanga lays it off to Brander Whelan. Francis pings the ball over the far side. Can Jordan Hunter get there? He can, and now he needs support as Ollie is there, corner of the box. Puts it back out to Hunter. Hunter looks up. Whelan's in support. Ed Francis has the ball now. Back to Whelan. Gates are trying to play their way through as Hunter plays it back to Whelan. This is all on the right-hand side of the pitch. Goes back inside the gated half to Tinkler. Tinkler sends St. Maximum the wrong way. Gated still in possession. As Mark mentioned there, they like to play it around, and that's what they're doing at the moment. It's on the left-hand side with Booty. Booty now plays the ball into Denanga. Denanga tries to a little flick in towards Wern, but the ball, Denanga, ball goes off his shin and out for a throw, as Manquillo's going to quickly take this. Remy Savage plays it back to Caldalo. Byrne to the far side as try and build again. Newcastle United in midfield. Langstaff plays it back.
Sean Longstaff just doing the role that he became so accustomed to last season, just sitting in front of the back.
Gets a good pressure at the back. Caldalo, he's been nearly caught short there. Good pressure from Adam Campbell and Denanga. They just couldn't get the shot away. And Gateshead with a high tempo press at the moment. Kieran Trippier though gets over Whelan, puts it out to the far side. Now Jamal Lewis can drive forward with the ball. He's up against Hunter. He's got the man on the overlap there. Can he put the ball in the box? He can. There's Matt Ritchie alone at the back post, and he's put it wide. Headed it straight across. It's took a deflection.
Yeah,
now
I think it's Louis Story's touched it just wide.
It's a corner.
All the threat come from out wide from Newcastle. That's a good ball in. Ritchie, I think, has tried to go back across goal to find a teammate, and just it was unfortunate. It's getting caught out again.
Well, we've got people in Liverpool and India listening in. Thank you very much for joining us. As the ball goes out of play for another throw to Newcastle United near the corner flag on the far side.
Yeah, just as I was saying about Sean Longstaff, was excellent last season and was really key to Newcastle's success in that midfield area, along with the likes of Bruno.
Lewis gives the ball back, and now Newcastle just try and build, play it back to Dan Byrne. Of course, has played against Gateshead before when he was at Darlington.
It's also a Blythe Spartans fan.
Yeah, less said about that the better. As Newcastle United player on the back, Remy Savage now gives it to Trippier, who takes a touch, plays it inside to St. Maximin, who tries to drive forward. Oh! And just been hit on the head by a bottle. Just hits on the head. Aye. Well, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm not furious at all, Mark. As the ball has went out for a Newcastle United throw in front of the dugout. Remy Savage now has the ball. Didn't know what hit us there. It was a nice metal bottle as well.
You're right. Get over it.
Well, now Trippier gives it to Longstaff. I nearly say Langstaff because we had a Macaulay Langstaff here. But Gateshead now building midfield, and the ball through to Denanga was not the best.
The easier ball's Greg Ollie. He's in just by the centre circle on his own, but trying to get Denanga in behind early.
Well, Trippier definitely playing that midfield role inside there. St. Maximin plays it back to Longstaff. Longstaff now can play a ball over the top, looking for the run of Jamal Lewis on the far side. Can he keep the ball in? He can. He's up against Hunter. Takes it back down the line. All the way back to Trippier. And now Newcastle try and build. Both sides with patient build-up so far in this game. 8 minutes in, 0-0 if you are just joining us. Put the score up on the screen on our YouTube stream. There's now Longstaff one-on-one with the keeper. Great save by Archie Mayer, and the ball has been cleared off the line practically by Robbie Tinkler as he tried to lift it over the keeper. He should have really blasted that, but Gateshead managed to clear their lines.
Just again, Gateshead getting caught that high line. Good run from Longstaff and
ghosted in there, didn't he?
To score. It's a good save from May. Stayed up strong, stayed up big, but just too much space in behind Gateshead at the moment.
So Maximan manages to play the ball to his teammate. Now Jamal Lewis is going to chase it down. Tinkler's over there to mark the run, as is Hunter. Ball played inside towards St. Maximin, but now Elliot Anderson was dispossessed. Mayer can play it out from the back, goes long up towards Denanga. Ball brought down, and now Denanga, he's going to get past Dan Burn. Can he get a shot away? Dan Burn's got back in front of him, but Denanga, he's gone past. Can he finish it? Oh! Well, Burn, he's trying to put a foot in there, and Denanga's pressure paid off there.
I tell you, we talked about Longstaff's being a good chance, and that was equally as good from Denanga. It's a great run. He's done well to get him behind, and I thought he maybe could have hit it earlier, but he's tried to take Dan Burn on, got past him somehow, but Darlow stayed up big and done well. That was a brave save.
Two good goalkeeping performances so far from each side.
That's the thing with Gateshead. They might not have loads of possession, but they will cause a threat in the break like that. They will just hit you, and there's plenty of pace on the side. Dave's head's all right, man. Stop asking about it.
Sorry, the toys stayed in the pram, but Elliot Anderson now drives forward with the ball. He's got, now he's picked out Manquillo. He's got the overlap, which he uses. Anderson pings the ball in. It's been cleared somewhat by Gateshead, but they cannot get the second ball. Trippier puts it back out to the right wing. Anderson plays it inside to Manquillo. St. Maximin, who, under pressure, still under pressure, and he manages to pick out Longstaff. Elliot Anderson puts the ball on. He's onside. St. Maximin. Jamal Lewis on the far side. Ball hasn't. He really should have done better there. Jamal Lewis. Gateshead defence couldn't get near that one, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, so Maximin did really well to break the offside trap there, and he's made exactly the right decision. It's a good ball across. Jamal Lewis just has to direct it goalwards. It's a really poor finish.
Well, Regan Booty, he's asking the linesman about the offside decision there. He thought there should have been one, but the pressure from Newcastle nearly got them the ball. But Ollie now on the break plays a ball out to Campbell on the left-hand side. Campbell coming up against Manquillo. He cuts inside with the ball. There's the overlap there if he wants it. He's still going. He's going to go for a shot himself. Gets a shot away. Carl Darlow had plenty of time to go down to his right-hand side. And just for a second, I thought we were going to get a repeat performance of last Saturday when he scored a worldie against Sunderland.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably go down well with Newcastle fans watching and listening. Adam Campbell, former Newcastle player, still Newcastle's youngest ever appearance maker in a European competition as well, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, last week did exactly the same thing, had exactly the same sort of situation and managed to...
and Denanga has the ball edge of the box now. He's going to go for a shot himself. Good deflection. Got a leg out in front of it, Dan Burn. And Newcastle with Trippier just on the edge of the box, plays it to Longstaff. Gateshead win the ball back though. Now Denanga, can he get a shot away? He can! The bear was hungry and the bear eats. Gateshead 1-0. Denanga.
It's a great finish. Newcastle played into trouble. That high press of Gateshead paying off. A lovely way on the pass through to Denanga. We know he likes to get a shot away early. It's a great finish on his left, right across Carl Darlow. Just couldn't get down quick enough. 1-0 Gateshead.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you would just say Newcastle United just caught napping a little bit at the back there, a little bit lapsy-daisy with the passing around the edge of their own box, and Gateshead's pressure has paid off. But the sun is shining now here on the Gateshead International strips. pitch. We'll get the words out. And it's 1-0 to Gateshead if you're just joining us, Marcus Denanga.
It's a pre-season for commentators as well.
It is. You marked us down to 9 out of 10 already?
I'm marking it down because you mentioned Manquillo's name incorrectly.
Oh, is it Manquillo?
Manquillo.
Manquillo. Oh, apologies.
Come on, Dave. I was with Martin Tyler last night, by the way. So I know what commentators are like, and you've got to raise your game. Raise the bar.
Did he not want to come here today?
Well, I tried to get him to replace you, but he's, he's a bit busy.
Well, throw in on the far side. St. Maximin. Gateshead applying the pressure in midfield. Remy Savage gets the ball to Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie just holds it up, plays it back to Remy Savage across the burn. Now, Byrne has the ball back. Of course, he played in an infamous FA Trophy semi-final against Gateshead. And Darlington got to the final and won that year. And of course, his career has went from strength to strength. He went to Fulham after Darlington.
He's done all right for himself, hasn't he?
He has. Just shows you can do it if you put the work in lower down as Regan Booty intercepts the ball. Plays the ball down the line. And I think that's going to go out for a throw. It has.
The thing with Dan Byrne is he's a massive character, he's a massive bloke, but he's a massive character in the dressing room as well at Newcastle. A real leader. From everything you hear around the club, he's a real leader in there, and obviously fiercely proud to be from the northeast playing for his boyhood club. Matt
Ritchie has the ball, crosses the ball in. There's nobody attacking it, and the ball nodded back there from Tinkler to Archie Mayer, who gathers the ball both hands. 14 minutes gone. It's 1-0 to Gateshead here. Marcus Denanga capitalising on a slack pass at the back. Gateshead threaded through to him, and he slotted it underneath Carl Darlow. Campbell plays it forward. Stephen Wern was the upended, but no, Whelan wins the ball, out-muscles Trippier and gives away Trippier gives away a free kick. Good play from Whelan there. Got himself in front of the Newcastle United captain. Well, that's about 10-15 yards inside the Gateshead half. Plays it back to Louis Story. Regan Booty gets the ball back. Gateshead happy to play patiently at the back. Booty now plays the ball over the top, gets it to Wern. What can his first touch be like? He just sit down. He's up against two players, plays it through. Denanga tries to get through, but Byrne was very good, and Gateshead just applying the pressure on the goalkeeper there. As Gateshead win the ball back, Hunter tries to get there, and Longstaff saves the day. Newcastle try and play out again on the far side.
That's well played. That's better.
Jamal Lewis carrying the ball forward, gets the ball back, and tussle off the ball, but the referee says play on. Jamal Lewis driving forward. There's Trippier running through the centre. St. Maximin gets the ball left-hand side of the box. He needs a good delivery in. He's got Trippier in there. So is Ritchie. He's still going. Maximin tries to play it in, and the ball has been cleared, and Hunter can... Well, he's kept it on the goal line there. Tinkler turns his man and plays the ball out. Heavy pressure from Newcastle at the moment, though, and the ball is still coming back towards the Gateshead penalty area. Now the ball is put across to the far side, and Manquillo is there, but the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. It's all action here.
Right, I'm going to say this again. Can people stop asking about Dave?
I'm all right.
Fine.
I'm fine.
It's just a bottle. He's had worse.
Yes, it was just... But... A great tempo.
It's been a great start from both teams. I mean, Newcastle will be, imagine Eddie Howe, the standards he drives, he'll be frustrated by the goal they've given away and the missed chances as well. But from Gateshead's point of view, look right at it today, by the way.
Well, Jordan Hunter tries to turn his man, wins a free kick for his troubles on the far side. And he's down still, Hunter. I hope he's all right. Hope he hasn't twisted anything.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's getting up.
Looking forward to seeing a few of the younger players on Newcastle's bench. I mean, there's a lot of talk about people like Lewis Miley in particular. He made his first team debut against Chelsea as a substitute in the last day of the season last year. Really talented player. I've seen him playing Youth Cup games and 21s games. Looks a real player and he's got a real chance. But been a lot of talk about Joe White and Jay Turner-Cook in the past as well. House Nashby coming in from West Ham earlier in the year. So going to get a good look at some of the youngsters ahead of a big season for them as well, because Newcastle qualified for the Champions League. The under-19s will play in the UEFA Youth League this year, which is the youth version of the Champions League. So some big tests ahead for them.
And also as well in the League Cup, isn't it? It's not the League Cup.
The Papa John's. Yeah.
So they're going to get some good tests this season as
pressing
Manquillo's under pressure. Plays it out to Remy Savage. Remy Savage plays it down the line, but Gateshead's pressure's there and they're closing the ball down. Ball goes out of play. Linesman didn't know there. He looked at the referee didn't know, and he put it up towards his right-hand side. So it's a throw to Newcastle.
Fair play to the officials, by the way, because they did a game last night that I was at, local friendly, Dunstan against Dartford, just down the road from here, and it's a solid workout for them over the weekend.
Well, they've got to get fit as well. Hello. A lot of people will probably question them all throughout the season if they are.
Never question. Do a great job.
Trippier lays the ball off to Manquillo.
Gateshead's work rate's phenomenal at the moment, by the way.
It certainly is. There's now the ball out to the far side. Run from Jamal Lewis. He's got space. Tinkler's going over there. Ball first time cross. Matt Ritchie was there, who gets it under control, but didn't really look to see if anyone was there, and the ball goes out to play for a corner. Good little poke of the ball from Booty.
Jamal Lewis has just been a bit naive. He hasn't taken a touch before putting the cross in. He's just got to take his time.
Oh, the ball tried to play it through there to Manquillo, but now Matt Ritchie plays it inside. Longstaff tries to play it through to Matt Ritchie. He's got the ball, pulls it back towards the penalty spot. It's Elliot Anderson there battling to get the ball. Gateshead play the ball out from the penalty area, and now that's a foul.
Brilliant.
Yeah, great stuff there from Whelan to get himself in front of Saint-Maximin. Well, we're having played in a great spirit, this one. It's sometimes you can have pre-season games where it feels like they're just going through the motions, but this feels it's got the gist of a league game for us anyway.
Well, it's good. I wouldn't quite go that far for Newcastle. We know how they play. They're intense under Eddie Howe. They will play high press, which they are doing at the moment, but this is more about fitness for Newcastle United, if I'm honest, and getting into those patterns of what they will use in the Premier League and Champions League and such like. But for Gateshead, we shouldn't forget they are miles ahead in Newcastle in terms of the pre-season schedule.
Oh, yes.
So that will come into it as well. But it's been a really good start from Gateshead. They can be really happy with what they're doing.
It certainly is. And a massive thank you to everyone that has joined us on the National League TV streaming service and, of course, on our commentary service on YouTube. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to follow the fortunes of Gateshead this season. And we'll be bringing you live match commentary of all the home games and also our weekly podcast. And we're going to start to do a few vlogs this year as well. But Archie Mayer, outside his box, gives it to Booty. Gateshead have Ed Francis on the ball now in the centre. Plays it across to Robbie Tinkler. Tinkler plays it down the line to Ollie. Ollie in turn to Hunter. Right-hand touchline. Ball dispossessed. And now Newcastle can try and build with that one. Whelan upends Elliot Anderson there. And it's a free kick to Newcastle.
Big season for Elliot. Had that great loan spell at Bristol Rovers, and there were high hopes he would make a major breakthrough in Newcastle last season. Did feature on a number of occasions, but maybe not as much as he would have liked to. Obviously has increased competition in the side this year, and he will get game time. They've obviously got a more hectic schedule, the Champions League qualifications, so it'd be nice to see him break through. Definitely got enough talent.
Well, Matt Ritchie, he's going to play the ball through, but blocked by Booty. Goes all the way back to Remy Savage. Longstaff, Trippier. Trippier have a crossfield ball now over to the other side. And it is Matt Target who plays it forward to Jamal Lewis, but the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw. People still asking about the bottle. It wasn't a recyclable bottle. It was a metal bottle. It was good for the planet, but not good for my head.
Can we stop talking about the ball? Talk about the football.
We'll talk about the football. Archie Mayer plays it out to Francis and turn to Louis Story. Oh, ball back to Story. Story goes long with this one up towards Dinanga. Manquillo's there though, but Gateshead can pick it up in midfield. Campbell goes for a first-time ball out to the left wing. Wern, what can he do? He's got Booty on the overlap if he needs him. He's going to cut inside. Well, plays it inside. Unfortunately for him, there's no deflected. A shot off from Whelan, pulls it wide.
It's really sloppy from Newcastle. Really sloppy.
It was what led to the first goal. Was poor passing on the edge of the area, and Gateshead, they've been really tight on it, haven't they? They've been pushing it on the edge of the area.
We know Gateshead like to play that. Again, I'll say for Newcastle fans that maybe haven't seen Gateshead, this is how they play. They will high press. It's very much the Premier League style of play, really.
Yeah.
And it's working for them. It's working today. Newcastle just can't get out when they're around the area because of the press from Gateshead. And it's a great chance, you know. It really is.
Yeah, I thought he might have got it on target there, but Whelan turned by Anderson. Turn. Anderson now, he's got Matt Ritchie on this left-hand side, but he slows it down, gives it to Longstaff. Now Taggart on the far side, plays it forward to Jamal Lewis. Peels for offside, ball comes into the middle. Saint-Maximin has the ball dispossessed, but the ball's going to fall to Manquillo here on outside. Plays it to Matt Ritchie. And you can just see Newcastle looking to probe and play the ball around. Ed Francis gives away a free kick there. And it's being quickly taken by Newcastle. Tried to be played through to St. Maximin. Can he keep the ball in dead ball lane? He can. He's going to pull it back across. There is targets there. And it wasn't the greatest delivery, but it has fell to a green shirt. Shot off, deflection, corner.
Yeah, Gateshead there just getting themselves into a bit of a mess again. Newcastle getting in behind quite easily. It's a great block in the end, by the way. They have defended
Put the bodies
pretty well
in the
when
line
they've
there,
had
didn't
to,
they?
but it's just like maybe Mike Williamson and Ian Watson will think that Newcastle are just getting in behind a little bit too easily at times.
Well, if you all just joined us here at Gateshead International Stadium, it's Gateshead 1, Newcastle United 0, and we're into the 23rd minute, and it was Marcus Dinanga, the Bear. He put the ball in the back of the net after some sloppy play on the edge of the area from Newcastle, where Gateshead capitalised with pressure, and Dinanga found himself one-on-one with a lovely finish underneath Caldolo. But Newcastle now starting to get more into the game as the left-hand side of the box comes in. It's a deep one. Longstaff puts it back across, and now it's been cleared out for a throw-in on this side. And we are just starting to see Newcastle get a bit more possession.
Yeah, as you would expect, and I think that's why this is such an attractive friendly for Gateshead. Obviously, we talk about the financial side of it, but the fact that they will be able to, get used to not being in possession when they go to some of the bigger clubs in the league and trying to sit in and really be disciplined defensively. And you're seeing that at times. But they are trying to break as well. It's not as if they're just being dominated.
Campbell there nearly dispossesses St. Maximin, who has to twist and turn.
Done well there, Campbell. Really good.
Stuck to him like glue, but Remy Savage puts the ball across to Target on the far side. Brings it down well. Plays it forward. Target with the underlap there, but the ball with Jamal Lewis. Trippier.
It's nice to see you getting technical. Underlap.
I've
used that before. That's good.
It's I've been reading a dictionary, Mark.
Not well enough.
Not well enough, no. Apparently the zebra didn't do it. Remy Savage gets the ball in the centre circle. Went through Gateshead players' legs. There's now going to try and open up on this right-hand side as Manquillo gets the ball. Can he get the delivery in? Has to pull it back on a dead ball line. Ball goes straight out of play for a goal kick.
I'm going to pull you on again, by the way. Is it Manquillo?
I'm see that it's the.
And I'm going to say it again. It's also Matt Target.
Target,
not Taggart. He's not.
Target.
He's not a Scottish detective. This is a regular feature, by the way, for anyone listening for the first time. It's me correcting Dave.
That's why he's here.
That's why I'm here. That's why I get paid the no bucks.
I was going to say you get paid. Story gets it across to Robbie Tinkler. Ollie turns his man, does very well. Can he distribute it though? Picks out Dinanga. Dinanga touched the Hunter.
That's lovely.
Now can they get across the other side of the pitch? They have. And Regan Booty can now carry the ball forward. In turn, gets it to Campbell on the halfway line, who goes for a crossfield ball. And Target was there just to block that one. And Newcastle can pass it out with some nice passing football. And now Manquillo can play the ball forward. Put out a play by Booty. Throw into Newcastle.
Louis Story giving the linesman on the side some pelters.
Yes, one saying also it's Longstaff, not Langstaff.
I'm going to give him that one because
that's force of habit because we did have Macaulay Langstaff here.
I'll let him off for that one.
I'm at a 6.5 out of 10 at the minute. As Trippier turns Whelan, ball forward, that's surely offside, and St. Maximin.
Do you know what's funny? So Louis Story's just been battering the linesman down here. It's the first offside he's given. He's got a nice little sarcastic round of applause from Louis.
Wow. So a fantastic turnout here. Tyne and Weir stand packed, as is the East stand, and we've got quite a few in the North and South stand as well behind the goals. This ball bounces through Manquillo now. Plays it inside to Longstaff. Trippier. Gateshead applying the pressure, but Newcastle still in possession of the ball.
I don't know if it's coming across on the screen, but Gateshead are playing a really high line at times. So if Newcastle can get an earlier ball forward, they will get him behind because there's a lot of space in there. Because Gateshead playing this.
And Dinanga trying to put the pressure on Dan Byrne. He's still doing it. Byrne does very well, calm and composed on the far side. Lays the ball off, but the pressure's still on. And was that a free kick to Gateshead? It is. Greg Ollie got in front of the man, brought the foul on, and Gateshead, the pressure is absolutely fantastic so far.
Well, a lot of what Newcastle are doing is playing themselves into danger at times. I mean, the goal came from that. We had the chance from Whelan that came from that. And obviously, this situation here, Gateshead will swing this in. I think it's going to be Ed Francis taking it. Newcastle are a big side, we should say.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a great delivery for to beat Newcastle in the air here, I would say.
Gateshead on not exactly the
Not the
biggest side today.
tallest. He did score a few with Louis Story towards the back end of the season.
Great ball.
And there is this ball goes through towards Story, and the ball's going to go out for a corner.
It's an unbelievable cross, by the way.
So there's some names on the bench that you would say will be vying to start this season for Gateshead. We've got Kenton Richardson, Tom Allen, Elliot Forbes, Connor Panny. And then we've got some youngsters that are trying to make their way into the side, Aidan Rutledge and Ollie Thompson.
Tom Allen will be a name familiar at Newcastle fans, made a couple of appearances during Steve Bruce's time at the club. Set up a goal for Jolinton in an FA Cup replay against Rochdale.
Well, Ollie with the delivery, in it comes. It's going to come to Whelan, lays it back to Hunter. Pressure from Newcastle goes all the way back to Archie Mayer. Whelan tries to dink the ball out to the right-hand side, but target was there. He can bring it forward, lays it off. Ball through. Oh, so it's a nice one there. Just a little bit too heavy for Matt Ritchie to try and get onto. 29 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Newcastle United 0. Well, Gateshead just playing it around the back. Archie Mayer.
It's awful seeing how rushed he looks in possession, Archie, isn't it? He's done really well since he's come in. That's a good ball.
Ball up towards Denanga. He holds the ball up well. He needs some support.
He's done well. Really well. Excellent.
Held it up. Nothing silly. Gateshead still in possession as Ed Francis gives it to Whelan. Whelan back to Story. Francis looks to get the ball moving forward, but Whelan's the option. Whelan plays it to Booty, left-hand side. Ball over the top, and Campbell, is he onside? Can I keep the ball in? No, just ran away from him. Lovely stuff. Just unfortunately overhit. Once again, thank you to everyone that has tuned in, whether it's on the National League TV streaming service or on our YouTube audio service. Please like and subscribe.
I think it's very important to say this is a fitness issue for Newcastle. There's no point in people getting carried away by what the scoreline is. It's about getting minutes into legs, and that's all that matters.
Oh, and Gateshead can get the ball here on the edge of the area. Oh, Ollie does manage to get it through, but teammate couldn't control it. Now Longstaff, he's got Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side, has the ball, plays it to St. Maximan. What can he do? Has he got any trickery? He's up against Robbie Tinkler, and well, he goes down. Mike Williamson raises his arms aloft. He's not happy with that decision, and the referee wants it pulled back as well. But yeah, I mean, you've got to look at this game realistically. If Gateshead can, obviously we're giving a good account of ourselves here. That's what we wanted beforehand. It's a bonus to score a goal against a side that's going to be vying for Champions League. Getting to the knockout stages that you would hope. And obviously for Newcastle, a lot of these players only come back. I think one or two only came back yesterday. Yeah. So to read into the scoreline at the moment is there's nothing in it. But from a Gateshead perspective, it's offside there for Manquillo.
Louis Story's just trying to head the ball on the floor. Interesting.
But yeah, aside from the game, it's nice to get minutes in the legs for both sides. And for us to pit our wits against internationals and Champions League players, it's a good test.
Look, you mentioned at the start that Gateshead would maybe give a little indication of how they'll line up this season, which is a rare good point from you. And when you look at it, this is where Gateshead are at now. They're starting to fine tune ahead of the season because they're only 2 weeks away, or 3 weeks away. Whereas Newcastle, this is first steps. It really doesn't matter what happens here today. It's about getting game time into players. It's about getting back into the routine, getting those little
St. Maximan dispossessed, but does he win the ball back? Free kick. Referee's very happy with these free kicks. I don't know if they would be given in a league game. That one was questionable.
Yeah, it is. It's a fitness exercise for Newcastle, and again, it would be good to see some of the youngsters in the second half getting a chance.
Yeah, without a doubt. And
it'd be interesting to see if any.
As we mentioned as well, it's a lovely gesture. What's been happening here as well. If you're just joining us and you didn't know, Newcastle obviously not taking anything from the gate or the live stream on National TV service. Denanga brings it down well. Oh, Byrne just does a lovely run from Byrne to get himself in front there. No panic.
Archie Mayer's distribution is unbelievable, by the way. We've only seen him for what is now about a combined hour, in terms of his game time last week as well. But he looks a real ball playing goalkeeper.
Well, now Target plays the ball to Lewis on the underlap, and
he's lucky there, Robbie Tinkler.
The ball, goal kick.
Because if there was any contact there, I think Jamal Lewis goes down. He probably gets a penalty. But again, you look at Jamal Lewis, hasn't had the greatest time at Newcastle. There were high hopes when they signed him from Norwich. Had a good season at Norwich the year before, despite the fact they got relegated. But just hasn't quite happened. Had fitness problems. But he's still a talented lad, and you hope at some point he'll get his career going again.
Well, Trippier, the balls went through. He didn't get a touch on it. He did get a touch on it, sorry, there, Trippier. And gets a throw in just in front of the Newcastle United dugout.
Been an unbelievable signing, Kieran Trippier, by the way. Just a real standard setter. He's really the first big one under the new ownership. And you look at him coming in, you can see the standards that he sets in the dressing room and around the club as well. There's a lovely video put out when Sandro Tonali arrived on Tyneside, and Trippier just saying if you need any support or any help and need any advice, spoke to his family as well. Just shows what a leader he is.
It's what you want from a captain. As Gateshead in possession, Whelan inside his own half, gives it to Francis, back to Whelan. Gateshead a little bit under pressure there, but still passing the ball well. Tinkler plays it down the lane. Ollie now has options. He's got Wern on this left-hand side. He's got Campbell just in front of who he uses. Now it's out to Wern, corner of the left hand of the box. Goes for a shot. And it's been poked out. It was
brilliant.
That looked like it was going goalward bound. It's been poked out for a corner.
Really good football from Gateshead. Really patient, brave as well, because they're under a press there, and they've got their way through the press. Really calm from Ollie. Good ball to Campbell. Good weight on the pass. Wern. Tell you what, at one point it did look as if it was going to head in that far post.
Campbell now, he puts a cross in towards the back post. And Remy Savage just gets up in front of Denanga, and the ball goes out for a throw on the far side to Gateshead.
Good pressure, this, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah. Well, we're into the 35th minute. Gateshead 1, Newcastle United 0.
Should probably say in case anyone's wondering why we're only on 35 minutes. The game was delayed because of getting a few extra people in, I think.
Yeah, the culprit did have to come in a different way, and I think that delayed it just by about 5 minutes. But what an afternoon we've had so far, and the rain, thankfully, has stayed away. It was lashing down when some fans were coming in early on before the game, but I did fear for some of those Newcastle fans on the far side. I thought they're going to get very wet. There was a roof on that side, but
got blown off, didn't it?
Yeah, it got blown off.
Anyone from Gateshead Council.
And ball back to Caldalo. Campbell applying the pressure. The ball dinked up to Manquillo. Regan Booty does well. I didn't get that right, did I? Manquillo. There we go. But now Longstaff plays the ball forward. Manquillo. Well, I thought he would have been offside there, but Gateshead managed to deal with it. Tinkler plays the ball over the top, and the ball from Tinkler just way too heavy.
If anyone from Gateshead Council's listening, if you fancy getting that roof fixed anytime soon,
that'd be nice.
Be good.
Think of the away fans. As St. Maximin has the ball, gives it to Target. Longstaff. Lots of movement up there now, and Whelan wins the ball back. Ollie gets it to Campbell. Campbell now to Regan Booty, who arrived from Maidstone in the summer. Playing in defence at the moment, but predominantly a midfielder. Quite an attacking midfielder as well, but he's plying his trade there at the left centre back and doing very well. But his ball there wasn't the greatest. And St. Maximin, can he get a shot off? He can, and great save from Archie Mayer. Tips it over. And, I was just singing the praises of Booty there, but that wayward pass.
Commentator's curse, Dave. That's what that was. But, great effort from St. Maximin alert to the misplaced pass. And it's an unbelievable save. He's got his arm up there really quickly and got it away from goal. First real warning sign for Gateshead.
Well, Trippier is going to take this corner. There was another ball on the pitch there, but that's been removed. And Keogh plays it inside. Trippier gives it to Elliot Anderson, who gets it to Matt Ritchie. Lays it off to Trippier. Trippier puts a cheeky little ball in there to Manquillo. Can he pull it back across? He can. There's nobody there, though. And that was nice passing movement in short space there.
Still in.
St. Maximin, left-hand side of the box. Can he get a cross in? Lays it off to Elliot Anderson, but Gateshead intercept. And now they can try and build out as the ball over the top towards Hunter. Brings it down, and the ball's poked out by Newcastle.
There's a couple of times Newcastle have got in down down the channels of Gateshead defence, and it's just been the final ball hasn't quite been good enough. You look there, Manquillo didn't really get his head up before he put it in. There's no one there. We saw it before earlier with Lewis. He's done the same.
And also as well with the Newcastle United lineup, there isn't really a recognised striker out there you would think would be on the prowl in that area.
Callum Wilson and Alexander Isak just back in training after being on international duty.
Up was the ball. It's picked up by St. Maximin there. He's still going, but Gateshead managed to dispossess him, and Whelan skips over the challenge. Campbell, if he looks up, he's got Hunter on the right, Wern on the left. The ball to Hunter wasn't good enough. And now Target can bring the ball forward. He's got Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side if he wants to use him, and he has. Can he get a first-time cross in? But Tinkler does enough to slow him down and make him turn around.
It's good recovery from Robbie Tinkler there, because it looked as if that cross was going to come in. The box was loaded.
Remy Savage plays it out to the left-hand side. Gets the ball back. Denanga battling, Gateshead. Ball comes off them to throw at Newcastle. But as you say, they're filling in the gaps at the moment, make Newcastle have to work for it.
Yeah, it's exactly what Newcastle will want as well in terms of workout, because the fitness levels are being put to the test already by an intense Gateshead side. That's a great ball.
Thank you. Lays the ball forward to Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie wants the runner. Gets it back to Trippier. Trippier, nice bit of footwork there, but Gateshead nearly win the ball back.
That's great.
Now Gateshead have won the ball back. Stephen Wern gets, and Trippier wins the ball back. And
I think Wern was trying to force the foul there.
Yeah, and he's trying to get a connection there. The ball's going to ricochet over to Manquillo here. There's nobody in the middle, though. Nobody busting the gut, although St. Maximin has the ball now. Cuts inside. Longstaff, can he get round? Goes for the shot. Pulls it wide. Right across the goal. You're expecting the side of the net to ripple there. And, Newcastle, they're starting to probe in that Gateshead penalty area.
Yeah, good drive and run from Longstaff, nice and strong. Gateshead again will be, I guess, unhappy with the defending. Just didn't quite happen as the way Mike Williamson and Ian Watson wanted to. But it's a real chance, Newcastle should be level.
Well, we're into the 40th minute here. Gateshead lead by 1-0. Marcus Denanga, the man on the Gateshead score sheet, as the ball hasn't went out there as the Gateshead players went down. Ball cleared up the pitch.
It's Jordan
and
Hunter.
Now, as Jordan Hunter's back up on his feet, but now Trippier finds space on the right-hand side. Corner of the box, puts a decent cross in there, and there was Tinkler. Story just to take it off the head of St. Maximin and out for another corner on the far side.
Great first touch from Kieran Trippier. You know what he's going to do. He's going to get it straight in.
Well, it's been taken quickly here. In the centre with Matt Ritchie. Manquillo is going to lay it back to Trippier. Trippier dinks the ball forward to Matt Ritchie, and he came from offside when he received the ball, and it's a free kick to Gateshead.
Yeah, we know the quality that Kieran Trippier has. One of the best right foots in the Premier League for me, and just that first touch in the ball, his far post was perfect. Sam Maximum there, I think Lewis was coming in behind him, but it's a crucial header from Louis Story.
Well, I'll say we appreciate everyone that is listening in. I'll say you can tweet us at Heed_Army, and we'll read out messages at half time. Ball over the top. Dan Byrne wins the header. Denanga couldn't bring it down. Ollie nods it on, but there's nobody there. And let's say we're entering the last 4.5 minutes here at Gateshead International Stadium, and it's been a good run out from Newcastle. From Gateshead so far. Newcastle, of course, just entered back into full-time training this last week, and still showing moments of class. But Jamal Lewis has just been caught offside there. Free kick to Gateshead.
Yeah, that high line, Newcastle just need to delay either, quicken the pass or delay the run. But at the minute, they're just getting caught a little bit too easily offside.
Yeah, well,
Robbie Tinkler looks as if he's struggling. Looks as if he's recovered from that.
Oh, well, that's good.
Knock. But yeah, as you see, Gateshead here, they're just trying to take Newcastle higher up the pitch.
Well, free kick taken there. Crossfield ball, looking to get it to Wern. Trippier is there to intercept. Wigan Booty puts up a good wall for Manquillo to try and get past, and wins a throw in for his troubles.
You can see a little bit of frustration from Newcastle as well. There's a player sort of asking teammates to do things that aren't quite happening. Manquillo's just had a little bit of a go at someone there. That's Manquillo, Dave, by the way.
Manquillo.
There's a little bit of frustration coming in.
Well, crossfield ball from the keeper towards Hunter goes straight out of play. Newcastle want to get this back in quickly as Target Plays it all the way back to Byrne. Byrne back to Darlow. Under pressure from Denanga there.
Oh, that's a bit late.
As Booty wins the header, falls to Trippier though. Trippier plays it inside. Ball to Elliot Anderson. Does well to hold off Ed Francis. Ball over the top. Manquillo now chases it down. Louis Story's there. He cuts inside with it. Saint-Maximin not really giving him the best option, but he does have the ball now. Lays it back to Trippier.
Switch on.
Far side, the ball is going over towards Target, goes for a first time shot, comes off the back of Hunter, goes for a second one and just blasts it over. But I tell you what, he had enough time to get that on target. You've seen them go in from there.
Yeah, no pun intended. It's a good first touch from Matt Target. Probably should, actually, as you say.
Yeah.
Should probably hit the target from there once it's coming and it's fallen a nice height. Great ball from Trippier again. That crossfield was on. You could see Jordan Hunter's just tucked in to try and help the centre backs, but hasn't cost him.
Well, ball played forward towards Hunter, dispossessed. Oh, he just wins the ball back. He's under pressure though. Tinkler now goes. I thought he was going to launch out the pitch, but Story does up towards Denanga. Byrne is racing down to chase it down. He's going to get there in front. Nothing silly from the big man, and he clears it into touch on the far side for indicated halfway inside the Newcastle United half.
Not had a lot of the ball, Denanga, but what he's done is pressed Dan Byrne and Robbie Savage very well, and sort of when Gateshead have needed to get out, he's given an option, took his goal very well. It was a great signing last year when he came in. Marcus Denanga, and will be a big player for Gateshead this season as well.
He certainly will. His goal scoring rate at the end of the season was pivotal in Gateshead's turnaround in form. Story.
And keeping them in the league.
Yeah. Tinkler now on the halfway line. Plays the ball through. Denanga couldn't get there, but Remy Savage just puts it straight out of play on the far side.
If Denanga gets that ball, Gateshead have all of a sudden got a 4-on-3, and it's a real opportunity to really get him behind Newcastle again, but just a little bit too much on the pass.
Somebody's come up with a chant of me getting hit with a can in the second half. It's very nice. As Gateshead still in possession.
I'm all for that.
Regan Booty takes a touch, plays it over the top, and
he's in.
Wern, he's onside. Can he finish it? Oh, he's going to get past. Oh, keeper does well. Can he finish it now? He can! It's 2-0 to Gateshead. They beat the offside trap. Wern needed a couple of bites of the cherry, but when he got it, he put it in the back of the net.
Do you know, I talk about it being a little bit too easy for Newcastle, getting in behind. That was far, far too easy for Gateshead, getting behind that Newcastle back four. Wern was brilliant since he came in, setting off last season. He's had to have a second bite of the cherry, as you said, but he's kept his composure brilliantly. It's pretty much the only place he can finish there because his defender's getting back. But fair play to Newcastle. Fair play to Gateshead for taking the opportunities that have come their way.
Well, the only thing Carl Darlow could have done there would have been to have wiped out Stephen Wern, and credit to him, he tried to palm it away, he couldn't get to it. And there is the half-time whistle. It's 2-0 to Gateshead. Marcus Denanga and Stephen Wern on the score sheet as the teams leave the pitch. Mark, as we mentioned during commentary, it's a great occasion. You can't read too much into Newcastle United's performance, of course, but Gateshead, they're doing all right at the minute.
I'm just going to say quickly, what's brilliant there, just watching Mike Williamson and Ian Watson coming off the bench. Just stern-faced, absolutely stern-faced, completely focused, which is what you love to see from a management team in this situation. Again, can't read into results too much. Newcastle will be disappointed with that first half. They are better than this, we know they are. But Gateshead have been brilliant first half. They've worked hard. Yes, they've let Newcastle get in behind, but sometimes when you play a bit of the high press game, you're going to get caught at times. That's a risk you take. But no, great first half for Gateshead. Newcastle will not be happy. Eddie Howe looked far from happy as he came off there. But this is from a Gateshead point of view, purely from Gateshead. This is what you wanted. You wanted to show Newcastle supporters and anyone else watching around the country. You wanted them to see what this Gateshead side are about, what this club's about, and we're getting that. Newcastle, I've got no doubt, will make changes setting off. We'll see a lot of the youngsters coming on who want to make an impression and show the manager what they can do. But yeah, cracking first half. It looks like Mark Gillespie's going to come on, I think, just looking first and foremost, or Carrius, they're both over the back.
Yeah. Both the goalkeepers.
So we'll see what happens second half. But yeah, good first half from Gateshead. Newcastle will see it as fitness, but will want better.
Well, as I say, we are at half time now. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping. Obviously, we are the Heat Army podcast, and we do provide full match commentary of National League and FA Cup games, FA Trophy games here for Gateshead, at home games, sometimes away games. And if you're interested and maybe like the cut of our jib and you'd like to be with us, please like and subscribe. It really goes a long way to help us reach more people on Tyneside, if not the world, because we know there's a few people listening around at the moment. And we'd love you to join us. When you say we could be your second club, or maybe it's that interested club where you hope that would do well. Say both teams last year, Newcastle and Gateshead, both got to Wembley. Unfortunately, we both came up short, but hopefully this next season we can all build on the achievements of last. And what we do on the Heat Army podcast is we have a live show, sometimes twice a week, depending on how many games we have. We have guests come on the show, former players. We've had fans as well from other sides who try and preview the games. We've even had former Premier League referee Jeff Winter join us as well on the podcast, and it's great stuff. Well, I must say so myself. But if you would like to join us, please like and subscribe. It would really, really, really good. We'd like that. We have got a few tweets that are coming later. Tweet us at Heat_Army. We've got Ash Arnold. A big hello from Bedlington. Ash, Owen, and Oliver. Thank you very much. Someone's asked if we can have them 2 empty seats, says Alicia Thompson. Everything NUFC, hitting the head of a bottle mid-commentary. Yeah, I'm glad you're laughing. I was furious. We've got Toon Army Stanford watching in from the US. How are the lads? All investigated for the season. Thank you very much. Michael Houston has put, hopefully Campbell will bring on the filth. He scored a filthy goal last year. We've got someone watching on National League TV in, I'll be careful how I say this, Phuket in Thailand. Watching the Northeast's biggest Newcastle and the second biggest in Gateshead, says Lee Donaldson. And can you spot Harvey Barnes anyway? Have you spotted him, Mark?
No, not yet.
We haven't. And also as well, lots of people. We've got one here. Let's have a little look. We've got hiya lads, live in Bangkok, PE teacher, Lee Hall, originally from Walker, played with Paul Dummett and Dan Byrne back in the day. Story he defender at Northumbria Uni. Yes, he was. So thank you for that. And
are we staying on through half time?
I am. I can stay on if you're all right.
I got caught up trying to mat raise that.
Well, you will talk to the stars, Mark. I know what you like. We also got a message from Paul Doolan. He's tweeted Anton Deck. Yes, we're challenging Anton Deck or another Northeast celebrity to tweet us. We had Ryan Reynolds through the season. Want to see if we can get Northeast royalty.
I'm fairly certain I saw some lightning. I think it's a bit of thunder going around.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully won't have an impact on things. But,
hopefully not. So there we go. Watching the stream in Dublin, says Mr. Williamson, NUFC on Twitter. Shout out all the Irish mags. Watching the stream in Durham is Jake the Geordie. And we've got lots more there. Say happy birthday, 24th birthday to Bob Wan. Also there, happy birthday. Cheers for the commentary on the stream. All the best for the season from Dolomite Mags. And that's it. You can keep tweeting us like that. And also, as well, we've got Lillian Murray, great match. Heat fans for years, watching on TV from Wall's End. So thank you, Lillian. And Patrick Rice, half-time shout-out, mixed loyalties in Santa Ponza, watching the game. Oh, his missus is wearing the Newcastle shirt, and he's wearing the Heat shirt. So at least someone's happy in that family. That's from Patrick Rice. So thank you very much, Patrick. Also, as well, we've got messages here on the chat facility as well. They've got there. Someone's put, I think the ESPN pundits will completely mock us for the scoreline. Not if they're sensible pundits. Not like us. We know what the score is. So it is what it is. Listening in from Canada, says Anon. So thank you very much. Just a runner for fitness for the tune and some dosh for the heat. How we both the lads.
It's definitely lightning, by the way.
Yeah, I did see a little flash towards my right-hand side towards Felon. If you are from the Tyneside area, you'll know that is in the south of Gateshead. And let's say, fantastic stuff. We've got more comments coming in. We want to have your tweets as well. At Heat_Army. The Heat have been marvellous value. I and it's only a friendly, says Paul Robson. Watching from Melbourne, Australia, says Kev White. Big Heat and Toon fan. Good luck for the season. We've got one here from Magpie's Bible. Been poor from Newcastle so far. It's our third team, so it isn't bad. Hopefully, it's a draw, though. Wish the Heat the best for the coming season. Well, thank you very much. And Mark, we've got another one here listening from Corbridge. We've got them all over the place and watching in Notts County as well. Some of the family, Meg Baker. And, well, say Mark, it's been everything we could have hoped for from a Gateshead perspective. But we're seeing a lot of Newcastle youngsters and substitutes warming up down there. And I think we might see a slight change in... oh, yes, a lot of lightning on the lightning maps there. We're checking it off. But, yeah, I see some promising prospects in the Newcastle United sub-bench.
Yeah, as Jimmy here comes on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of promising youngsters on the bench. Ben Parkinson just signed a new deal. Michael Ndawani, a striker that there are high hopes for. Alex Murphy came in last summer, I believe it was, from Ireland. A left back, had some injury issues, but can play as a left side centre back or left back. Jay Turner Cook and Joe White have been out on loan last season in the Football League. They'll obviously want to hopefully make a bit of a breakthrough. And Harrison Ashby, someone who came in on the final week of the transfer window from West Ham. Harrison, a sort of right side centre back, I think is seen as a bit of a long-term, or hopeful long-term success at the Kieran Trippier at right back, but still has a lot to prove and be a little bit of talk about him going out on loan this season. So there are a lot of good prospects on the bench, but they've got to go and show the manager what they can do. You know, it's no good just talking about potential all the time. Eventually, when it comes down to it, they've got to get on the grass and do the job for the manager and carry out the instruction. One thing that Eddie Howe's big on is discipline. It's work rate. It's intensity is the big word that always gets used, and it's down to these young players to carry that from 23s into playing in the first team environment, and that starts today for some of them. You know, you can't just keep living off potential.
Certainly not. You've got to go out there and do it. And Gateshead as well. There's people on the bench that have got the same type of thing. They want to go out. So we hear a big rumble of thunder just to our right-hand side here. Hopefully it doesn't affect the match, but we'll keep you posted on that. Don't worry. You know, we look at Ollie Thompson. Of course, he was kind of forced. It was forced upon him. It was a chance that he took last season. He got to play in the FA Trophy later rounds, and of course he got an appearance at Wembley as well. A product of the Gateshead system with Gateshead College, and the young lad has signed a professional contract, and he's had that chance and he's grabbed it with both hands.
Well, we talk about this with Newcastle players, but the same at Gateshead, you know, there's a good academy system here. There's good youngsters that have come through. We've already seen it with, you know, the likes of your Tom White, who's gone on to play in the Football League, and there's other players that have come through and kicked on. John Mellish, of course, at Carlisle in League One now. And Ollie Thompson, there's high hopes from. You know, he came in last season, played a couple of really high-pressure games in the semi-final of the FA Trophy. Did well then, played in a couple of league games as well, and didn't look out of place, to be fair to him. Had experience playing in the Northern League, which for any Newcastle fans that don't know, the non-league system is the sixth tier of non-league football. Played for Sunderland West End in there, and was really highly rated there. And he stepped up to Gateshead, and he's done very well. Was excellent at Heaven in the opening pre-season game, and did well against Sunderland. And he's a talented lad. You know, he's not the biggest physically, but he certainly puts himself around. It's a big test for him to do if and when he comes on. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Gateshead do second half, because obviously you can think what it would be for them if they were to win the game. As the rain comes and the thunder comes.
Yeah, that's some impressive thunder just above us. We've got some shout outs here. John Robson, he's put great comms, lads. Happy anniversary to all last Susie in Almouth. So happy anniversary as the rain is starting to come down. Someone said it's hammering it down in Morpeth. Be with us shortly. That's Jimmy No Mate.
To be fair, it looks like it's coming from the other direction.
It does, yeah. It looks like it's coming from the south here. We've got hello from Jim. He's in Annan, West Scotland, hoping to make it down to support the Heat a bit more this season. And we've got a message as well here. 1 second. Oh, we've got watching from Dubai. Great job, lads. Thank you very much. And I'm sure I did see a message there before. Someone's listening from Baghdad. So we really are hitting all the places around the world. So keep that coming in. The rain has really started to come down here now at Gateshead International Stadium. There is crashes of thunder and lightning to our right, nearly above us. So hopefully we'll see what happens here with this oncoming weather. Yeah, it could only happen in pre-season, couldn't it? But a big
say Matt Resbeck's note here.
yeah, hey, look at that. We're having to look after the BBC for them. Just where we're on, of course, I have said it before, I have noticed we've had a lot of subscribers, and we are absolutely over the moon with that. We are hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers to try and hit that algorithm and get more people listening and watching. And we hope that you have enjoyed our commentary service. And you might hear me scream from time to time when they put the highlights up when I get excited in a game. It's just passion, and I hope that we give a good advertisement for what we do here at Gateshead. And if you're ever wanting to listen to a game or watch a game, get along to Gateshead or tune in with us and have your say on the Heed Army podcast. So we'd be very, very appreciative if you do. And while we're on, we'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, who have been our sponsors for over 10 years. And without them, we wouldn't be able to broadcast like this.
For any Newcastle fans watching, by the way, if anyone remembers, there was a pre-season game about 10, 11 years ago against Fiorentina that was rained off. It's very much that sort of rain. It's absolutely biblical at the moment.
Yeah,
so the pitch is holding up pretty well. I look at it.
The pitch is holding up at the moment. Let's hope it. I mean, looking across, all right, there is some blocks of flats, and they are starting to get a little bit hazy in the distance. So the rain is quite thick coming down here, but no word as yet if anything's going to change. But it does look like there is going to be some changes. Watching from the Middle East, Earth, away the lads. And we've got there, what's up? It's a flash of lightning and Scotchy. So there we go. It's Tyneside is about to get pummeled by rain, wind, and lightning here. But hopefully it doesn't affect the game too much. And yeah, I say, but Mark, I say people may have read your articles on Newcastle World, the Chronicle, Northern Echo, non-league paper. You're all over the place. Have you got any big articles coming out this week?
Yeah, I've got a full preview of the Northern Premier League season tomorrow on the Sunday Sun. Spoke to Michael Dunwell, Stockton manager, but for Newcastle fans, one of the players that got released, Dan Langley, was on loan here at Sunderland. Dan, I spoke to him on Thursday for a piece for Newcastle World. That'll be out tomorrow afternoon. Just talking about his next steps in his career. He's delighted how Newcastle have progressed, even though he hasn't been part of it. Although he did play in pre-season a couple of years ago. So there's a lot coming out. Yeah, Newcastle World, there's loads on there. Jordan Cronin and Liam Kennedy, the main guys covering Newcastle. I'll just do my little bits when I can. But the site's getting bigger and better, which is great to see. But obviously, my primary focus is the non-league scene in the North East. We're very lucky to have some great clubs around the region and clubs that are really trying to progress. And let's be honest, Gateshead are one of the best at the moment. One of our highest ranked clubs, along with Hartlepool in that National League, and some very exciting times ahead. David, I don't think the second half's going to go ahead, mate.
I don't. It's getting very, very heavy here, and it's getting heavier again as I say that. Looking towards the right-hand side, there's a lot of Newcastle fans actually leaving. They're going to be soaked through here. This is really unfortunate. Hopefully it does die off, but I can completely understand why any fans might be leaving if they're not in the covered stand. You're going to get absolutely soaked through. So hopefully this does ease off here. But we're having lots of messages coming in. There's another lightning flash above us. Someone's listening in from Cambodia, says Toon Asia. Thank you very much, everyone. It really means a lot that you've joined us. And are you the commentary on the TV as well? We are the commentary on the TV as well. Yes, we're on both services. So we hope you have enjoyed it thus far. But as I say, we look out here eagerly to see if this rain is going to subside, Mark.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it is anytime soon. It's absolutely battering the running track around the International Stadium. Again, I will say the pitch looks to be holding up pretty well. Newcastle's substitutes are knocking the ball around. It's not holding up. It's probably the lightning that may be more the concern. It does look like, without getting too technical, it does look like fork lightning, so that can be rather dangerous. So we shall see what happens. But ball boys will come back out, bless them.
Well, they're coming out, the ball boys. They're going to get soaked. If the lightning hasn't been constant, there has been the odd flash and the odd rumble of thunder, but hopefully that is all we're going to get. Well, but we will find out. We're waiting for the teams to come back out here at Gateshead International Stadium. And Yeah, the running track resembles a river at the moment.
Well, the fact that ball boys have come out and
Yeah,
is promising, I guess. But it will come down to supporter and player safety at the end of the day. It's the main thing. Support as much as the players, by the way.
Well, we just had another little flash of lightning above us there. But as I say, while we wait for the teams to come out, I will say it again. I don't want to bore you, but if you would like to join us on the Heed Army podcast, follow us on Twitter at Heed_Army, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you get a notification when our videos go up live, and you can interact with us like you have on here, and we can bring up what I got 1 second here. Watching in sunny Dunstan. So that gives us some hope.
Sunny in Dunstan.
Well, looking across there is a break in the clouds, so I'm getting optimistic.
But again, I will say it again. We're just watching what's going on the pitch, and the ball is running.
Yeah, it is a very good pitch for drainage here. Someone said there's been a thunderstorm for the last 30 minutes in Durham, and it's heading our way. The people in the stand. Oh, sorry, what's that? Oh, get that message up. Oh. What do you think Gator can accomplish this season? Push for promotion? It would be nice, of course, for any team. But I think to build on what we did last season and not flirt with the relegation zone.
So interestingly, you can kind of compare this with Newcastle under Eddie Howe. So season before last, when they looked as if they were going to struggle to avoid relegation and then finish mid-table, and then had a great season because they built on that momentum. Gator are in a very similar position to where Newcastle were 12 months ago, where it's a case of they had a positive end last season. The first half was really dictated by injuries, an ongoing injury crisis that lasted pretty much the entire season, if I'm honest. But second half of the season, with a couple of new additions, got stronger and stronger and finished in mid-table, got to a cup final. So again, much like Newcastle, in this year, they will want to go on and challenge. I guess for a playoff place, really. I mean, no one will say that.
Yeah.
But I think this squad is good enough at the moment. I think there may be another addition or two if they can get them in. But I just think everything's positive from Gateshead at the moment.
Well, we have a message from Andy O'Brien. He's enjoying the National League TV coverage and he's watching in Virginia. So thank you very much for joining us. We've also got a message as well from Liam Bell. He's watching in Sydney up the Mags. We've got someone else watching in Australia as well, in Perth. That's David Brown. And we've got a nice message about the company. We've got great company. Lad Francis has looked great in midfield, and the players are back out here coming onto the pitch. We'll let you know if there's any changes. Can't say any for Gateshead, but right, just so we get this right, Martin, what the pronunciation of Lloris?
Oh, Lloris. I think we're going to go back to Mankiel.
No.
Yeah. Interestingly, it doesn't look like Newcastle have made a change apart from Lloris. So it's, Lloris. That's a Tottenham keeper, Dave.
That's his first name.
And that's Loris Karius, man.
Loris Karius. There we go. I was just testing him. But the referee's back out, and we do have it. It does look like there is a break in the clouds to our right, and the rain has eased off.
It's like it never even rained.
Like it never even happened. We don't even know what we're worrying about. But we are about to go into the second half here. Thank you very much for joining us once again. And we hope you've enjoyed the coverage. There's another big flash of lightning in the distance. And we appreciate all of the comments about the commentary. We try our best and we hope it's enjoyable. Of course, I try not to be too gated biased. We always try and call the game as we see it. You can't have rose-tinted glasses all the time. And at the moment, it's an enjoyable afternoon for Gateshead, but I'm expecting Newcastle to go through some gears in the second half.
It looks as if there's been a little change. Elliot Anderson playing as a front man now, with Alan Saint-Maximin. He's more traditional right-hand side. There's been a change for Gateshead. No, it's Kenton Richardson.
Kenton Richardson is on for Regan. Is he on for Regan? Oh, no, he's on for Robbie Tinkler. So Robbie Tinkler is off at the moment as Gateshead try and play high pressure, and nearly comes off. Dan Byrne manages to get the ball to target. This ball finds its way through to Saint-Maximin. Ball through the middle. Elliot Anderson with a nice... there's Matt Ritchie. Tries to get it through there.
I don't think that's a bad foul, by the way.
No.
It's a professional one, shall we say.
Well, we've got... the game is underway. No worry about the weather thus far.
I feel sorry for the Newcastle fans and the Gateshead fans have been there as well, by the way.
Absolutely drenched on the far side and either side of the goal. As Elliot Anderson lays the ball through. Matt Ritchie holds it up. There is a spray of water up, though. There is a bit of surface water. Not too bad.
It's not holding the ball, though.
As Regan Booty managed to get an interception and clears the ball, but only as far.
I think, I can't say who it is, but I think it might be Manquillo's caught Regan Booty.
Stephen Wern on the far side.
Is it Stephen?
Yeah. So it must have been Stephen Wern that did it.
Sorry.
It must have been Wern with the tackle. People still making their way back from corporate as well. Whoa, and there was big fork lightning above us as you hear the crowd go, whoa, as the ball put out to the right-hand side of the box. Offside flag goes up. And, wow. The rumble above us here at Gateshead International Stadium.
I think there'll be discussions going on between the officials, with it being as strong lightning as it is.
We may see a delay as the ball played back. Gateshead under pressure from Newcastle. They play it out. Ollie drops deep. Gets it out to Kenton Richardson. The ball just holds up in the water a little bit now. Plays the ball up towards Dinanga. But Newcastle can clear it.
There has been a sub for Newcastle.
It's number 50. Is it Jordan Hackett?
No, I think it might be Alex Murphy.
Alex Murphy is on.
Come on, left side of centre back.
Looks like Target's moved into midfield, hasn't he? As Target. Apologies, everybody. Now the ball played up. Murphy.
Chance here.
Ball through St. Maximan. He's got. Oh, Kent Richardson showed a good burst of speed there to get in front of the Frenchman.
I'll be honest, if we get any more rain, I think this is in danger,
Yeah.
It is starting to hold up a bit. Newcastle started to clear in 10 second half.
St. Maximan, left-hand side of the box, drives into the ball, lays it off to Jamal Lewis, who has to turn. Gateshead can clear it, but only as far as Target. Put across to the far side. Trippier now looks to get across in, picks out the man in the middle, and the ball just skids through. And there is a lot of tension, water tension on top of the grass there. And but it isn't affecting the ball, but we are seeing it skim up the water. And it does look, I might be tempting fate here, that the lightning has went round us towards North Tyneside there. And Gateshead,
offside.
Elliot Anderson tried to latch onto it, but the flag was already raised aloft.
Yeah, definite change here. So Maximum coming on this left-hand side, and Elliot Anderson playing as a false nine. We'll call him a false nine for now. It is that one change for Newcastle. Other change for Newcastle is that Alex Murphy's on for. Who's he come on for?
He's come on for
Remy Savage.
Yep. Dan Burn nods the ball down. Kieran Trippier, who plays it off.
Really high rate, Murphy. As I say, left-sided centre back or left back. Played youth football for Republic Island. Joined Newcastle just over a year ago, so he'll be looking to impress Eddie Howe.
Well, St. Maximan trying to drive with the ball, plays it across. His ball didn't find a teammate, and the ball over the top. It's a foot race, and Dinanga had to run round two Newcastle players, and now Murphy can play the ball forward. Bit of a blind pass through. Gateshead can pick up the loose ball. Kenton Richardson under pressure. Gets it to Story, not the greatest ball back to him, and now Elliot Anderson, can he get a shot off? Gets through, and pulls one back. Much like Wern's goal, he had to get the second attempt on it and put it past the keeper.
I think he's been caught as well. He's just limping away a little bit there. But Gateshead playing themselves into trouble there, much like Newcastle did first half.
There's a poor ball back to Louis Story from Kenton Richardson, and that's where we unravelled.
Yeah, very much so. To be fair to Elliot, he's took it well. He could have took it first time, but he's managed to stand up to the defender, cut inside. It's a lovely finish underneath Archie May. So Newcastle back in this.
Well, 2-1 here. 50 minutes gone. Newcastle back in it in the second half, but Gateshead on the break. There's Hunter now. Can he hold the ball up against Jamal Lewis? He can. The ball's going to run out towards the corner flag, and he plays it off Jamal Lewis, throw into Gateshead.
Good reaction from Gateshead. Good response. Straight back on the front foot and had a chance to get him behind there. Just ball didn't skip on, I think, maybe as Jordan Hunter was anticipating it would.
Whelan with blind pass forward there. Newcastle able to get it under possession and clear the ball. Gateshead intercept the ball but couldn't get it under control, but it falls to Dinanga. Was he fouled? No. Referee says no. Mike Williamson doesn't agree with that, and now St. Maximin can play a
Good
ball
ball.
through, and Elliot Anderson's one-on-one, but he didn't get there. Good touch from Archie Mayer to steady himself and clear it away. And now Gateshead try and get the ball through to Ollie. Francis puts it out to Hunter on the right-hand side. Cuts inside with the ball. Now he's just holds it up. There's it back to Whelan.
Really good response from Gateshead, to concede.
They've got themselves right back into their pattern of football. As now Kenton Richardson plays it into the centre. Whelan back to Story. Story
good
to Archie Mayer, who's outside his area. It's going on a run. Campbell lays it off. Stephen Wern gets it back into Campbell. The ball asking a lot of Wern there. But Murphy puts it out of touch, and it's a throw into Gateshead halfway inside the Newcastle half on the far side.
Yeah, you wouldn't be imagining too many Newcastle youngsters be keen to come on at the moment. Well, it does look as if the rain has passed us.
It certainly has. We're getting brighter skies to our right, and at the moment, Denanga wanted the ball to his feet. Hunter thought he was going to go on the underlap. So I've used that word again, but Denanga battling with Dan Byrne, and Denanga showing a real hunger to get the ball. Hunter brings the ball down, but Elliot Anderson goes down there, wins a free kick. Well, Longstaff, a little push in the back of Hunter there. Sportsmanship, or gamesmanship, should I say?
I think you're seeing a definite change in Newcastle, aren't you?
There's a bit more of a drive here, isn't there? Great stuff from Booty to win the header, and there's Wern to help clean up. Now, Elliot lays it off. Ball from Booty wasn't the greatest to Ollie, but now Newcastle can try and build as Archie Mayer quick off his line. He got there. Unconventional, but it worked. Ball over the top now, and Wern in a foot race. So is Denanga. Can he get there? But Byrne does well to get in front of them both and play out of trouble to Trippier. Calm and composed there, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Some doubts about Dan Byrne when he signed, but there weren't too many doubts at the end of the season. He was fantastic for Newcastle last year, and in left back mainly. But just such a good character, and as I said earlier, a real leader.
Matt Ritchie, left-hand side of the box. Jamal Lewis tries to get the ball back to him. Good foot from Kent Richardson, but it falls to a green shirt. And now Jamal Lewis plays it inside.
Nice.
Elliot Anderson, can he get another shot away? Cuts inside, the ball laid off. It was good stuff until the finish. And Gateshead managed to clear the ball, but only as far as Trippier, who nods it back in. Now St. Maximin goes for a curling shot and puts it past. It hits the stanchion behind there. For a second, I thought it had went in. And Gateshead have a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a great shot, and it's a great effort from Sam Maximin. Just couldn't get enough whip on it to get it past Archie Mayer inside that near post. Just skipped past the far post, but a great effort.
We keep hearing the oohs and ahs when we see a big flash.
Fireworks display.
It is, yeah. And at the moment, if you are just joining us here, 54 into the 55th minute, it's Gateshead 2, Newcastle United 1. Newcastle pulling one back in the second half. There's a big spray of water on that clearance as Trippier brings it down under pressure from Campbell, but he turns him well. Longstaff plays it in now. Elliot Anderson, good movement from Newcastle to get it to St. Maximin. He's driving into the box. He's still going. Tight angle. He's having to twist and turn. He gets round. Good stuff from St. Maximin, but Story blocks the cross, and now Gateshead can try and get on the attack. But Ollie has to hold it up. Francis and, Campbell not happy with that, and it's been pulled back. So in class as a foul here, and will we see a free kick from the captain Trippier here?
Yeah, it looks like my target, but Trippier's pulling rank, I think.
Taken quickly to Maximin left-hand side of the area. What can he do? Trickery over the top, and couldn't get past the second man, and Gateshead now can clear through Whelan, who tries to trickery of his own to get past Jamal Lewis, who goes down and gives away another free kick. Well, you can see Newcastle want to get back into this.
Yeah, I mean, just from the reaction and the raising the standards, you'd expect there's been some words said at half-time, and rightly so, by the way. Things just didn't quite click from the first half, but this has been much better from Newcastle United.
Well, now Newcastle Trying to build on the right-hand side. Target. Plays it across. Oh, as well. It's intercepted, and Gateshead now can try and break as Denanga holds it up well. Gets it past Francis, finds Hunter in space, but the ball just wouldn't get over to him there, and there was Murphy to lay it off to Lewis. St. Maximan. Lewis now, left-hand side. Can he get a delivery in? Played into the middle. It's been brought down by Matt Ritchie. Gets it. Well, he chested it down, nearly got the shot off, but Regan Booty was there, and calmly back by Campbell to Archie Mayer. End-to-end stuff at the moment. There's a big bit of fork lightning just goes down behind the floodlight on the far side. There's Whelan there, casually passes it back past Elliot Anderson. Ball skims through to Kieran Trippier, who calmly plays it back.
Just sense that it's had a little bit of an impact on Gateshead, the way Newcastle have raised the levels here. Passes just going astray.
I think the tinkering to the formation
then
as
again,
well.
I'll say that. And
yeah.
Gateshead pressure there, just put Newcastle there, forced Newcastle narrow.
Just starting to see a little bit more of the gears from Newcastle, which you kind of expect, even though I know it's early in pre-season, but footballers these days keep themselves incredibly fit through the summer months. I don't think there's many players go back heavy now, is there, like they used to do in the old days.
They are professionals.
But the little tinkers to the formation has seen Newcastle just have that little bit extra about them.
Bit extra zip, I think.
Yeah. Kent Richardson plays it back to Archie Mayer. Takes a touch. What is it? He likes to go out the box, Archie Mayer, as Jamal Lewis wins the header. Ollie tries to pick it up midfield, and that was, well, I think in the league game, in the National League, that wouldn't have been given as a free kick. But the free kick's been taken quickly. And Longstaff went for a speculative one there, should we say?
Yeah, I think we're going to see it's going to be a nightmare for you, Dave. We're going to see a raft of substitutes.
Oh, yes.
Shortly for Newcastle.
Thanks for the support there, and didn't see you're going to do well here. You just presumed the worst.
Force a have it, Dave.
As Regan Booty tries to pick out Ollie, but it's intercepted by Murphy, and now Newcastle do try and change the gear, but the final ball up there wasn't the greatest, and Gateshead can try and build.
I do feel as if the storm's past us now.
Yeah, it has. We've just been on the side of it. Ball through to Elliot Anderson. Can he get a shot with a tight angle? There's off to St. Maximan, who puts it into an empty net. And as we mentioned before, Newcastle just starting to heap on a bit of pressure there and made the gaps pay.
Gateshead again played themselves into trouble and got punished for it. You may well get away with stuff like that in the National League, but when you're playing top class opposition, and Newcastle have really punished them there. It's nice and calm from Anderson, setting up Sam Maximan, who's now going to miss from there.
Yeah, so at first I thought he was going to square himself off for a shot, but it was a tight angle, and he looked up, and that's the difference. When a player that plays at a higher level, they're always aware of who's around them. And now they try and build again as Target plays it across the St. Maximan, edge of the area, up against Kent Richardson, cuts inside, goes for his shot.
Great block.
And now Gateshead can try and build through Whelan. Carries the ball forward 20 yards. Still going. He needs a man on the overlap and tries to get through to Denanga. Denanga holds it up well. Back to Whelan.
Done brilliantly there, Denanga, by the way.
Well, Gateshead still in possession as Francis picks out Denanga. Denanga's touch just skipped away from him, and Longstaff was able to poke it clear. And now Elliot Anderson, he's onside. Archie Mayer's coming. He got a foot to the ball.
Very good off his line, Archie Mayer, by the way. It was, again, a feature last week when he came on against Sunderland. Just how quick he comes off his line and how good he is on the ball.
Well, Story manages to get it to Campbell, who drops deep. He's ball back to Story, finds his way to Francis, and good movement from Gateshead. Can they move the ball quicker as Ollie gets it out to Wern on the left-hand side? Ollie still on the inside, Denanga on the edge of the box. Wern still going, gets it through to Ollie. Can he cut it back? He pulls it back across. There's Campbell. Oh, and he just pokes it wide. And a corner's given. There must have been a deflection.
Brilliant reaction. I think we're going to see Aidan Rutledge coming on for Gateshead. Yeah, really good for Gateshead there. Just nice and calm passing. A good ball into Greg Ollie. Good pullback. And when it's come back, you're expecting Adam Campbell to hit the target with that one. But corner.
Well, so it'll be a big moment for Aidan Rutledge. So he played in Second Division Northern League last year, scoring 50-plus goals. And if he can come on and probably mixing it against a team he supports, I'd probably imagine.
Nice.
Now Gator put a cross in there. In comes
Good take
Kenton
of
Richardson, but
Chance here.
Carrius
Big chance.
quickly distributes it, and now St. Maximan can drive forward with the ball up against Hunter. Whelan's there to help as well. St. Maximan still going all the way, has to turn
Really
back.
good.
He's
He's done
still
well.
got the ball.
Oh, what a
St.
turn.
Maximan turns, pulls it back across. Anderson pulls it wide. Oh,
what
there
a
must have been a save. I thought it hit the upright there for a second, but obviously must have been Archie Mayer's hand.
Yeah, Gator just looked naive there from the corner and getting caught out really sort of 2v1, but they've got back in, but brilliant from Sam Maximan.
The tempo has definitely rise from Newcastle United as Longstaff tried to play it through. Ollie gets the ball clear. Denanga does very well. Can he send the ball away? He's holding it up, and he's done really well there. Gateshead's number 9. Gateshead can build from the back, though. Elliot Anderson was trying to put on the pressure, as is Target. Back to Archie Mayer. Story now. Ball forward to Campbell. Lovely little touch to Stephen Wern, and now he can drive forward. You've got Hunter on the right-hand side and acres of space. The ball comes out to him now. Puts a first-time ball into the middle, and there was Dan Byrne just intercept. But that ball forward wasn't the greatest, and Kenton Richardson picks it up. Gives it to Hunter. Back to Whelan. Whelan just slows it down, gives it back to Story. Story pinks the ball up there. Lovely stuff. Well, I tell you what, I'll see he meant that because Campbell got to the ball. Gateshead still in possession in the centre circle. Regan Booty, who's done well as you would say, a stopgap centre half, really. So when he signed, we were expecting to play in midfield, but Gateshead still wanted to sign a defender before the season starts. And the poor ball out there by Francis, and it's a throw in on the far side. And we are going to see a plethora of changes here.
Good word.
Told you've been reading the dictionary. 63 minutes gone. It's Gateshead 2, Newcastle United 2.
Look, I think the main thing from Gateshead's point of view today, from as a club, I mean, not necessarily the playing side, was to showcase what the club's about and really show that it's not a standard non-league style of play. It is very much a passing style, patient.
Gateshead now trying to build on this right-hand side. Hunter gets past Longstaff. Can he get a delivery? And he needs targets, though. Can he pull it back? There's Campbell. Oh, it's gone for Denanga. Heat shot. Can he get another one? And straight at the arms.
He's got to lay it off. He's got to lay it off there, Francis. But that's good again from Gateshead. Really good from Jordan Hunter, getting in right-hand side, showing what he's about.
It's great to see both sides going at it.
It's been a cracking game, hasn't it?
As now on the far side, Story has to go over to mop up. Can he control it? Plays it back to Archie Mayer. Kenton Richardson shows. Has the ball, gives it to Hunter. Oh, good stuff from Jamal Lewis there. Read it, intercepted. And now St. Maximan lays it off to Elliot Anderson. Squares himself up for his shot. Gets a shot away.
Again,
great block from Louis Story. Threw his body in front of the ball. And it's a corner on the far side.
It's been a cracking game, by the way.
It really has.
It's been excellent. And there is a lot of subs coming on, Dave. Good to see Elliot Forbes come back on for Gateshead, by the way. He's had his injury issues.
Well, now it's put out to Campbell. So we haven't mentioned what the score is. It's 2-2. St. Maximan with the leveller. Gateshead on the way forward now through Ollie. Hunter's in acres of space on the right. Denanga through the middle. Wern on the left. Puts it out to Hunter. Can he pull it across? He can. There's nobody coming in. No.
Steve Wern's just pulled up.
Yeah.
Far side. If Wern's attacking that back post, he's probably got a tap in there, but he's just held up. But good luck, Dave. Here's the subs.
Well, Harrison Ashby is about to come on, as is Ben Parkinson. There is going to be Joe White as well, Lewis Miley, and it is going to be number 34, and we don't have one down there, so I don't know who that is. But St. Maximan is coming off. As is Longstaff, Byrne. Oh, that's Target there. That's went off. Matt Ritchie.
Oh, Rob Elliott coming on as well.
Well, there we go. We're going to see Rob Elliott for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but it's my first time seeing him. I didn't see him at... Rob Elliott is coming on for Gateshead. So there we go. And it looks like number 63, Ben Parkinson's going up top with Elliot Anderson. So we're seeing a few of the younger players getting a chance here for Newcastle United. There's a throw on the far side into the 66th minute. 2-2 if you are just joining us. Denanga and Wern with the goals for Gateshead.
34's look at the ball, by the way.
Right.
Who was on loan at Hamilton Academical in Scotland last season.
Well, Jamal Lewis has got the ball into the centre there. Now it's Gateshead intercept. Hunter holds it up, plays it back to Rob Elliott, whose first touch goes out of play.
Rob Elliott, when he got back from America yesterday, by the way.
Yes, I've seen he was doing some training in Texas, Austin, Texas, I believe it was.
He was.
So, off the plane and onto the pitch. That's dedication for you there. Of former Newcastle United goalkeeper. There's a ball is put across to the far side. Kieran Trippier gets a round of applause. There's a ball on the far side. In comes the delivery towards Elliot Anderson at the back post. Kent Richards does enough to nod it on. And Elliot Anderson keeps the ball in. Left-hand side.
Nice to see Trippier getting a nice round of applause from.
It was pulled back across by Jamal Lewis. Nobody there in a green shirt. And Gator can try and get this ball moving forward. Stephen Wern just holds it up. Back to Rob Elliott, who pings the ball up. And tussling there, Aidan Rutledge.
Good little battle up front with Rutledge. He's a bit bigger lad than Denanga in terms of.
He's came on in replacement of Denanga. As we were concentrating on all the Newcastle ones. Didn't see the sneaky Gateshead substitutions. There's Rob Elliott. Gets the ball up to Ollie. Ed Francis gets it back to Ollie.
Nice.
Ollie to Whelan. Nice passing football from Gateshead. Now as Gateshead try and build again. Elliot Forbes is on as well. Gives the ball to number 12, who's come on for Gateshead as well. I haven't got that on the on my team sheet either. Number 12.
It says on the team sheet there.
Oh, it does, yes. Apologies. God. Hey, I went down to 5 out of 10 now.
You're not even at 5, mate. Not even at 5.
We'll let the listeners decide. Be kind. There's the ball now. There's good tackle from Story. Elliot Forbes. There isn't Elliot Forbes. It's played forward by Connor Panny, who's on as well. He snuck on.
3 out of 10.
I hope I end up with 1. At least I'll be on the score. As the ball in the middle there comes across. And now Elliot Anderson's in space here. Jamal Lewis gets the ball out to him there. There's a little deflection. Elliot Anderson just a little bit of trickery on the left-hand side of the box. Now it's gone to the centre towards Lewis Miley. Far side. And the ball is going to go out of play for a Gateshead throw. And
Miley is still very, very, very young, but almost came close to a spectacular introduction into Premier League football last season. Hit the bar when he came on against Chelsea on the final day. Really highly thought of at the academy. Real high hopes from. I think we'll more than likely stick around at Newcastle this season, be part of the first team setup rather than going out on loan, which I know is always the quick thing people want to do. But
of course, there's a lot more games this year with the Champions League as well, so that there will be times when they're going to be called upon. A special mention as well to the ball forward. Just seen Mr. Ashmore in attendance here today.
Explain who that is.
Yeah, he was operations manager here at Gateshead, and now he's doing a very similar role at Newcastle United, doing a very good job across there. Nice to see him back at Gateshead Stadium.
Dan Ashworth here today as well, by the way. That's a sporting director.
I wonder if Sky Sports are here scouting us.
I think that's unlikely, Dave.
Yeah.
As if we'd go there.
I know, we wouldn't leave. Still haven't found out if any celebrities have tweeted us. Still a challenge there, it is. 20 minutes remain, 70 minutes gone. 2-2 here at Gateshead International Stadium. Newcastle just passing it around at the moment.
Got a chance here.
Nice turn. Ball's going to come out to the left-hand side. I think, no, it doesn't. It's went through the centre. Now, can he get the shot off? Ball out. Gateshead stand well, defend it well. As Wern tried to turn his man. And now, there's appeals for people for Newcastle to shoot on the far side. Waiting for the cross to come in. playing it around Newcastle at the moment. They camp
Good
deep,
ball.
and now the ball comes through, and
Oh, good
Rob
save.
Elliott with a great save. And Connor Panny calmly turns, clears the ball, but only as far as Lewis Miley. And now Newcastle, as they were before they made the substitutions, just trying to turn the screw a little bit, trying to get camped out inside the Gateshead penalty area as Story manages to clear it. Ollie plays it through, and Rutledge just tried to bend a run for the ball, but it wasn't coming through, and there's a deflection out for a corner.
Yeah, Newcastle, the youngsters have come on and really kept that energy going, which is good to see. I think there's going to be 2 more coming on. Michael Ndawani, I think it is, coming on. And Jay Turner-Cook had a loan spell at Tranmere last season. And a former Newcastle Academy player coming on as well for Gateshead. And
Tom Allen, yeah. Tom Allen is coming on, as is Lyra Kasani, Colin Magnay, and Ollie Thompson. So now, bear with us. There's a lot of names being changed here.
Dave, I'm going to absolutely throw you under the bus and just let you crack on, mate.
Oh, cheers. Thank you.
Right, Greg Ollie's going off. Ed Francis, Jordan Hunter, and Callum Whelan.
Well, everyone's getting a good run out today.
Colin Magnay, Ollie Thompson, Lyra Kasani, and Tom Allen on.
Well, we do have a corner coming here on this near side. Joe White stands over the ball. Plays it short. Gets it back. Can he get a delivery into the box? It's up against Tom Allen. Does get a deep one in there now. Ponapani's the one there to head it clear, but only as far as a green shirt. Seems like they've multiplied the green shirts at the moment. There's a lot of pressure sustained from Newcastle at the moment as the ball's played back to Dan Byrne. Crossfield ball, looking to get it towards the teammate, but Gateshead now can try and get the ball moving forward. Lovely stuff from Wern, but was he fouled by Jamal Lewis? He was. Gateshead have a free kick.
I think we're seeing Colin Magnay in midfield. What's it?
Does look that way at the moment.
Kasani.
Story plays it across to Rob Elliott, former Republic of Ireland international. Could still be called up technically. Made a great save before.
Yeah, I had a good chat with Rob about his time at Newcastle last week for a piece for the Sunderland Echo. Loved his time at the club, was obviously part of the squad that got into Europe last time under Alan Pardew, played in the Europa League.
Panny nods the ball on. Ollie Thompson holds it up against Dan Byrne. It's little and large.
Unfair,
you won't see
that's really unfair.
A really height difference like that many times. Someone's asking if the National League TV usually put video highlights up. The club, Gateshead, will be putting up video highlights probably tonight, I would imagine, if not tomorrow.
And I will say, in the interest of being balanced, NUFC TV will have highlights as well, because we have Matt Raisbeck.
Well, not just Matthew Raisbeck, it's the esteemed Matthew Raisbeck.
I'm just disappointed that Ando's not here.
Yeah, as Zach, because he talks more sense than me.
Oh, no, just because he's a good team.
Yeah.
With Razor, the commentaries that they've put on the highlights throughout last season were a big part of it for Newcastle fans, and some iconic moments throughout the season that have. I think Ando laughing at Alexander Isak's dribble against Everton was probably one of the best moments of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I have been known to say that Gateshead have scored some filthy goals at times, but that one was pure filth, that Isak goal. But the ball out to Tom Allen here. Can he get a shot away? Quickly closed down, but if he can distribute it to a teammate, he wins a corner.
Yeah, good from Gateshead. I mean, they've made changes as well, so it's going to be a little bit disjointed for a while. They've got 15 minutes left, but... yeah, as you're saying, and I shouldn't joke as someone who's vertically challenged myself, but seeing Ollie Thompson challenge with Dan Byrne there was David and Goliath, wasn't it?
Now, Mark, as I've told you many times, it's not about the size, it's how you use it. Perfect proportion, I think you are. As Wern now puts the ball in, it's towards the edge of the box there, and it's skimmed its way through to Newcastle goalkeeper, distributes it. And now try and build as Dan Byrne lays it off to Miley, gets it back. Crossfield ball to Jamal Lewis. He's got a great knack of finding space, Jamal Lewis, so far in this game.
He's got better as the game's gone on, but I think that's probably not a surprise because he hadn't had a lot of football over the last 2 years, really. As I said, injuries have sort of hampered his progress at Newcastle. There's a lot of talk of his future and possible moves away. They've got a lot of
Oh, poor ball there, intercepted by Gator. Can Rutledge get a shot off? He can. Oh, straight into the arms of Carruthers. Oh,
I think he's got to hit that earlier, trying to keep unawares, but
got a rush of blood to the head there. But he's in the right place at the right time. Got to capitalise on that as Dan Byrne plays the ball forward.
It's amazing when you think about it from Ian Rutledge's point of view. I mean, last season playing in second division of the Northern League and now playing against Newcastle United. It's a
story, isn't it?
Big step.
As Jamal Lewis tries to play it through. Gator can close it down in midfield now, and the ball is going to be played forward by Elliot Forbes. It wasn't the greatest one. Lyra Kasani trying to battle to win it. Story stands firm, and attack from behind's always going to go the forwards way. And it's a free kick in the centre circle. The referee wants it taken a little bit further forward.
Dan Byrne coming off, Charlie Wiggett on.
Yeah.
Another academy play.
Oh, no. He's still on.
Have Newcastle got...
Mark's just counting the team there.
Jamal Lewis has gone off.
Jamal Lewis has snuck off there while we were watching the ball. As the ball goes across to the far side.
Great touch from Lucky. Great first touch, though.
Yeah.
Looks like Dan Byrne's gone to left back, I think.
Well, let's see, we are into the 77th minute, but going to the 78th minute. It is 2-2 here at Gateshead International Stadium. One thing we'd like to say again, we said it earlier on, thank you very much for joining us on National League TV streaming service and of course on the YouTube audio stream as well. We really do appreciate it, and we hope that you enjoyed it and that you'd like to stick with us this season and support from afar, or maybe just have a vested interest. Please like and subscribe. It would really go a long way in helping us reach more people on Tyneside, if not the world. We know you're listening right round, and if you'd like to lend your support to us this season, we greatly appreciate it. And a massive thank you to Newcastle United as well for allowing all the money generated from this game to go into Gateshead's bank account and help us move forward into the season. And a massive thank you to everyone in attendance here today as well. If this is if this is mentioned in the highlights, we really do appreciate it here on the south bank of the Tyne. And as I say, the Battle of Tyneside hasn't disappointed, Mark.
That's offside. I don't know, play. No, it hasn't. And I think the big thing for me coming here today was that Gateshead really showed what they were about as a football team and as a football club. And I think they've done that. The style of play has been something that will have impressed Newcastle fans watching or who are in attendance here at the International Stadium. As a club, it's been well organised. There's been a few little hiccups, but you'd expect that. But it's just been a good day all round, and Newcastle have got something out of it as well. Got minutes into first team players, got academy players getting time on the pitch as well. So a real positive day for both sides of Tyneside.
Elliot Forbes was doing well there, but the ball forward from his teammate didn't reach its destination. Nice to see Elliot Forbes back on the pitch, but at the moment, Gateshead having to defend. Magny seen the ball go past, but now Connor Panic and tries to hold it up. Should have distributed that first time. Newcastle on the right-hand side of the pitch look to build something inside the penalty area as we wait for the cross.
What I would say, I'll probably break off here.
Yeah, there we go.
Good
Deep
ball.
one here. Can we get a finish? Oh, he went for an audacious volley and ends up putting it out himself.
What I will say, and just from chatting to people in and around Gateshead, Eddie Howe and Dan Ashworth were absolutely integral in getting this game sorted, by the way, from Newcastle's point of view. I think both realised that there should be a positive relationship between the two sides and really would have liked it to happen sooner, I think. But now it's here. It's been a great day. And, as I say, massive thank you to everyone that's made it happen. And,
of course, with Gateshead, we wanted to put on a performance here today to show what we're all about. And I think we've done that so far. Wasn't expecting to score 2 goals, but there's a beautiful ball through and a lovely finish. He stroked it into the back of the net. And that was Jay Turner-Cook. He timed his run to perfection. The ball through was lovely. And all he had to do was slot it into the corner. He made it look easier than it was, Mark.
Yeah, we talk about, we've spoke quite a bit about Lewis Miley's quality, and you've seen it there. Just so calm on the ball. It's a lovely weighted pass, and you can't take anything away from the finish either from Jay Turner Cook, really highly rated again within the academy. Probably, if he gets a chance, will go out on loan again this season. Would have been easy just to lash at that. Balls come towards him and not really under pressure, but he could have lashed at it. But he's just guided it into the far corner across Rob Elliott. Good finish, and been a good second half for Newcastle.
Yeah, you would say on the play in the second half, they probably deserved to get some goals. As now Gateshead put it out to the right hand side. Tom Allen lays it back to Carl Magnay. Gateshead build again from the back as the ball's stroked across the Story under pressure. As is Elliot Forbes, back to Rob Elliott. Elliott plays it forward to Story now. He's got room to ping this ball out. Can he get there? Oh, it didn't get there. But Gateshead can pick it up in midfield. Lyra Kasani.
It's a switch on again.
Magnay to Elliot Forbes, who's had a torrid couple of years with injury, but nice to see him back out there on the pitch. Very promising player that come through Gateshead setup.
Good play,
Tom Allen to close down Dan Byrne. Nirwani dispossessed, and now Gateshead on the attack. Inside there to Kenton Richardson, who dispossessed as he tried to cut forward with that by Lewis Miley. And at the moment,
when you talk about Dave, you talk about young players and you look for discipline and you look for work rate, and that's exactly what Eddie Howe will be looking for today. And you've just seen it from Lewis Miley there, tracking back, doing the discipline part of being a centre midfielder. Really impressive.
Well, ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw just past the dugout here. We've got about 8 minutes remaining here. I can't see there being added on time in a friendly. There normally isn't. But it has been a lovely afternoon's football here. And Dan Byrne is going to come off now, and he is going to be replaced by
Jamie Miley.
Oh, so that's Miley.
No. Oh, sorry. Hang on, where are we? Yeah.
Number 47.
Jamie and Lewis Miley.
So didn't realise there was another one.
There is.
There's another one.
Lovely moment as well.
Nearly tried to get through, and now on the attack as the ball is carried forward, and now it's Lewis Miley bearing down on goal. Can he get a shot off? Good save from Rob Elliott. Ball bounces back out to a green shirt, but Panny does well to clear it. Ollie Thompson now. Can he get the ball forward? Dispossessed. And now Newcastle try and build down the left. Nidwani's on the far side. Rob Elliott had to come off his line quickly, and he got that.
It's nice seeing the Mileys on the pitch together, and for the first team and following the footsteps of the Caldwells would have done it in pre-season games, the Amiovis, and
the ball through the middle. Can Rutledge? What can he do here? He's holding it up. He's still going. Rutledge. He's up against 3 Newcastle players, and he's won a corner for his troubles. And
definitely right-footed.
Wow, yeah.
I think he had a chance there. He had a little moment where he could have just got the ball away with his left foot, but he's tried to come back on that right. He's looked promising since he's come on here. And Rutledge again, I will stress just how far he stepped up. No, it's we've got just over 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Gateshead 2, Newcastle United 3. Here at Gateshead International Stadium as Wern takes a short corner, gets it back from Magnay. What can Wern conjure up? He gets past his man, puts it into the middle there. They're lining up, but Corus comes out there. Carriers. There we go. Well,
how do you get one last one in, Dave?
3 out of 10.
Generous. Generous.
We'll let the listeners decide. You can score us. Please be kind. Please be kind. There's now. It is going to be Miley who carries the ball forward. Nidwani has the ball. Newcastle just patient build-up play. Nice movement to get it back out to the left. Can he get the cross in? He can. He pulls it back, but Gateshead can clear it through Kenton Richardson, but it falls to Miley.
Been kind of similar to the game last week, hasn't it, against Sunderland, where when things became disjointed, Gateshead sort of...
Yeah, when more of the fringe players have sort to come in and changing up the personnel, as Gateshead can try and get rid of the ball here. Not very well done, no. Straight into a green shirt as we enter the last 5 minutes here at Gateshead International Stadium. An ambitious shot.
Yeah, Joe White, another one of the youngsters, been out on loan. Had a short spell at Hartlepool, went to Exeter last season. It's probably a big year for Joe. I think it's a kind of now or never style scenario with him. A classy midfielder again may well end up going out on loan this year if he's able to, with the demands of Newcastle's first team schedule. But we'll see what happens with him. But he is a very promising player, and I think we'll have a good career in the Football League.
Ball played into the centre, but Gateshead can clear it through Magnay. Tom Allen comes away with the ball. Now Gateshead on the attack. He needs to lift his head up and look for support. And now he's surrounded by 4 players. Still got the ball. He's still going. He's doing very well. Tom Allen puts the ball into the middle. Oh, and it just went through, but Hassani can pick it up. He's going to lay it back to Magnay. Out to Pani. Now Hassani has the ball back. Elliot Forbes carries it forward a little bit. Back to Story. Everyone inside the Newcastle half bar. Elliot.
Tom Allen want that after that run he's just been on.
Richardson. Back to Story. Gates just patiently passing it around. Looking for gaps to appear. Hassani back to Elliot Forbes. Goes for a crossfield ball to Tom Allen. He's in here because of space. Brings it down. Lays it back. It's a little bit weak though. Kent Richardson gets there. Wins a throw in.
Absolute hospital ball.
I was expecting a crunching tackle there.
I think if that's in the regular season, he probably would have got what you wanted.
Oh, I didn't want it. I was expecting it. Elliot Forbes clears the ball. And if anyone had went for that, they would have been offside all the way through. And someone said it's a solid 2 out of 10 there. Thank you, Fletch.
I'll say again, generous.
Generous.
Can I give negative scores?
No.
That's not allowed.
Yeah.
It's just a flat 0 then.
No. Oh, there we go. Ollie Thompson now driving through the centre, plays it out to the far side. What can Gateshead do? As Rutledge tries to venture through, runs into too many shirts, and Gateshead
tried to bodge his way through there, didn't he, in Rutledge?
He certainly did. Now Richardson on the halfway line can try and find a teammate to try and unlock something here in the dying minutes. As the ball comes out to Tom Allen.
Still playing great football, Gateshead, and still, even though they've changed personnel, they're still trying to get the ball down and trying to play it properly.
Well, the mentality, or dare I say, the process hasn't changed. That's a key word around Gateshead. It's an ever-evolving process here at Gateshead. There's Story. Magnay now puts it over the top, looking for the run of Wern. Can Wern get near the ball? He does. He wins it back there.
Very well done.
The ball goes out for Gateshead through next to the corner flag on our right-hand side.
Yeah, Gateshead have done themselves absolutely no favour. Every single favour they can today. With done themselves no harm whatsoever with the way they've played, with the display they put on and off the pitch.
Rutledge nods the ball on. It's going to fall to Pani on the far side of the box. He tries to cut in. Ball just poked away from his foot there, but Gateshead get the ball back through Ollie Thompson. Pani. Elliot Forbes. His ball through is intercepted, and now Newcastle are on the attack. Ball forward on the far side, and they're going to drive with this. Ball pulled into the middle. There's Nidwani, tries to get a shot off.
Did brilliant there, Tom Allen, by the way.
To defend that.
Tom Allen tracking back there did brilliant because Ndawani was in on goal there.
Well,
it's the loudest seagull I've ever heard.
Yeah, we've got a seagull flying into the stand here. We've had lightning, seagull, and ghouls. What more do you want in pre-season? Magpies are the ball boys today. They've done a very good job, getting a nice round of applause from the fans. And just before we end, we'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone that has tuned in, either on National League TV streaming service or on YouTube audio commentary, as Newcastle have a corner on the far side. We really do appreciate you being with us here this afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed it. For us, it's been an absolute pleasure. And we've been treated to a nice game of football here, Mark.
Yeah, been very good. Both clubs will feel they've got a lot out of it. Newcastle kicking off their pre-season by getting minutes into players and youngsters on the pitch. Gateshead, a good step up in their intensity, and there it is.
Well, there is the full-time whistle. Newcastle running 3-2 winners here. And, Gateshead will not be aggrieved by their performance here today. They went in 2-0 up at half-time through goals through Denanga and Wern. And Mark, on a Gateshead perspective, a great performance, rounded off with a couple of goals. And today wasn't about the scoreline for us. It was about the attendance. It was about what's happened here, the links between the two clubs. And it's been a monumental success, I would say.
Oh, massively. Yeah, I think both clubs have taken loads from it today. Gateshead will be absolutely delighted with the money they brought in. And more so, we're focusing on the pitch. They've shown up well against good opposition, and they've played well against good opposition. Newcastle, their pre-season's underway now. It's all about the next step for them, going to Rangers on Tuesday. And, massive thanks to everyone that's been listening. We'll hopefully. Well, I'm not here next game. But,
the next tour commentary is at home against Harrogate Town. If you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome. Thank you again. Please do subscribe. Join us on the Heat Army podcast this week. It'll be on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I believe we'll put that in stone shortly. We'd love you, any Newcastle fans from wherever you are in the world, to join us. Let us know about it, how you felt about this game. And we'd love you to be part of it and follow us this season. But if not, we'd like to wish you all the best on your travels in Europe this year, Newcastle United. And once again, a big thank you to the hierarchy, the coaching staff, the players of Newcastle United that have helped us achieve this today. A great crowd, a great game. And we just like to say thank you once again. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this commentary. And we'll leave you and see if you'd like to join us on Wednesday for the Heat Army podcast, 8 p.m. You know what to do. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you.